It's alive. It's alive.
It's alive!
It is alive. Chavez,
Yes.
what do you think about Kiss, bro?
I've already told you they're my favorite band. So what more do you
I,
want to know?
Everything.
I
Everything.
got
How many children? How many children, Chavez?
How many children does which member have?
No.
God, I have more important things
Hey,
to think. What?
hey, hey.
Hey,
Yes.
Do you want that baked or not?
What?
Oh, that probably flew over both of your heads.
I, I got some today. I got two things. I got a CD. I got Coven's Witchcraft Destroys Minds and Reaps Souls,
Ah,
the reissue, which features the complete Satanic Mass. I guess they left off the final incantation, um, and
Wait.
a 5 minute speech about the making of the album.
I love I love that kind of shit. They don't do that hardly anymore with new albums. Is like the
Well,
little extras at the end of the album and shit. I love that fucking
yeah.
shit.
I liked it was an audio track, not a DVD track, so that was cool.
Uh,
It was on the album.
when they do that
Um,
shit nowadays, it's like a separate fucking thing you have to buy.
yep, yep.
Like I got this
Um,
pretty cool Trent Reznor one where he talks about like it's weird because you look back on his like especially his early music was real fucking violent and shit, but he grew up loving the fucking Partridge Family and shit. He loved the PG fucking pop music shit when he was growing up.
I'm not that surprised actually.
Yeah, but how did? Well, he talked about he wanted to do that, but then his record company guy was like, "Dude, quit being a faggot, dude."
But I also got something that Scott's not gonna approve of because it was a download.
Oh, well, I don't give a shit.
The,
What you
the
doing,
new Iron Maiden album. I have it. I have a preview
dude?
of it.
What do you think? What do you think?
It's
It's
a bit over. It's okay. Okay. My honest opinion, and I haven't,
I've
you know,
only
I
heard the
haven't really,
single.
look. I've heard the whole thing about once. I haven't heard it, a billion times. It drags a little bit because obviously it's 90 minutes, but it it isn't as bad as I thought it would be. To tell you the truth, it is not as bad as I thought it would be. It is.
I thought the single was pretty fucking good, to be honest. Like it wasn't. Fuck, it's not going to be a classic or anything like that.
Some
But
of the longer songs, like the 10-minute and the 18-minute one, do drag a little bit. But as
do they
far
get all
as
proggy, or is it just?
it's kind of, well, I mean, Maiden's kind of proggy, but not proggy as in like Dream Theater, But as for the music, I'd say it's worth spending some money on. It's like I said, it's not great, but
You
I
know
thought
why?
it was
You know
going to
why it's
be.
good? There's a specific reason why it's good. Because there ain't much fucking else out there. That if it was back in the '80s and shit, no.
Well, there's not much out there in that genre unless you want to go underground. I also got the new Motorhead album. I
Did you
think I
hear
told you
about
about that.
Lemmy?
Oh yeah, more health issues.
Dude, he's gonna die on stage. It's gonna be the
Yep.
next year or two. It's gonna be the next year or two.
Yeah, which is gonna suck.
It's gonna suck, but it's gonna fucking be the most metal thing ever too.
I say get the new Motorhead album too. It's pretty. It has a Rolling Stones cover at the end. Sympathy for Le Devil.
Alright, we'll check it out.
So get that. New
I
Slayer's coming out September 11th.
think it's a big month for metal.
For mainstream metal, yeah. I mean, for Cranium, one of my favorite
No,
slam bands, released an
it's
album.
hard to bitch about the pioneers coming out with music though. I mean, it's hard to bitch about it.
Well, unless it was fucking Metallica.
You know what, man? It's fucking rock and roll, and that's what they do now.
I hope
So,
Metallica. Well, Death Magnetic wasn't bad. It's just separate from.
yeah, but that was an apology. That was sorry. We're gonna make some fucking
I
metal
don't
for
know.
once.
I mean, you've heard Lords of Summer, haven't you? The new
Huh,
song.
no.
Oh, it's metal. So I think they're gonna come out with something like Death Magnetic. But Death Magnetic was good. It was just the songs were a bit long. I mean,
Yeah, it
you
was
know,
good. Um,
I liked it.
they got away from the rock and roll. Like
Yeah.
fucking Reload, I love it because I like rock. But
Uh,
metalheads can't possibly like it.
it's hit and miss for me. It's hit and miss. Some songs I like, and other songs
I like
I'm
the
just like.
first half of the album a lot more than the second half. They packed it all. It's a top-heavy album. The first,
But really, it's not.
it's not metal. It's fucking rock and roll. Really hard
Yeah.
rock and roll. I mean,
Yeah,
Fuel.
and I
Fuel.
I
Come
like
on.
metal.
Come on. I mean, Fuel. It's fucking
That was
rock.
what got me into Metallica. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what got me into Metallica.
He admits
But
it.
I mean,
Fuel
What?
got you into Metallica?
when I was like 7, yeah. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. It was an early song called "Fuel for Fire." But yeah,
People talk, like I've had friends mention to me like metal songs about fast cars and sexy women. It's not much. I was like, yeah, but that's not metal. That's rock and roll. I don't care how metal it sounds. That is a rock and roll area to talk about fast cars and sexy women. That's rock.
not really. I mean, if you look at the NWO and things like Anvil and stuff.
But is that really metal though? Like just as
Yes.
far as a topic
Yes.
goes? Is that a good topic
Yes.
to address? Really? Cars?
Yes.
Cars?
Certain types of metal. Certain types of metal. Not death metal, not black metal, but yeah, the NWO and Anvil and stuff. I mean, but that's the thing about it. Metal is so wide.
Okay,
There are
let me try to make my point here. Like a friend showed me a black metal album, Emperor, in the Nightside Eclipse. Fucking
Yeah,
awesome. Fucking
I know.
awesome. But it's so metal that it kind of raises the bar to where this is a problem I have with metal is that as you go on forward and it cuts off at a certain point, but as you go forward, the bar gets raised so high that it leaves other things in the dust. Right? There's this narrow band that is metal, and it progresses over the years.
no.
I think so.
Things don't get unmetal. Like Black Sabbath is still considered heavy metal.
You don't think when a track runner breaks a record?
But that's we're talking about a genre of music. We're not talking about extreme metal. You can say Black Sabbath is not extreme metal anymore. Iron Maiden was once extreme metal, and they're not anymore. As far as extreme metal goes, yes, there is a bar that's raised. But for metal as a whole, I could show you bands who, sing and fucking. I mean, Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Go from
That's-
Judas Priest to Iron Maiden. You can see. Definitely, you can see.
Yeah. Oops, shit.
You know what,
Okay.
though? It depends on what Judas Priest you're talking about.
But like I'm saying though, it's like okay. Back in the old days, Sad Wings of Destiny was like the extremist metal they had. Okay.
Yeah.
It was so you could definitely make a point for extreme metal does change and raise the bar. I mean, back in the old days, fucking Deep Purple was extreme metal. But as for metal as a whole, there's and also you have to remember there's 50 billion subgenres of metal. Yes, there is a cutoff point where things get non-metal, where sometimes the hard rock heavy metal line is blurred. But yeah, as far I think you're thinking of the word extreme metal. But yeah, I mean
I see both sides of this argument because it's something that I've had to argue on both sides of in order to understand is the subjective objective dichotomy that comes with metal. Like you can like something, but then someone's going to come along and objectively explain to you the structure, the fucking composition, the
like take Soulfly or Korn. Okay, they're quote heavy unquote, and yet they're not considered metal by the metal public. They're considered new metal, which isn't really considered metal by the metal public.
Yeah, well, here's the
for
thing.
various
Though.
different reasons.
Well, here's the thing, though. Is that because of song structure, or is that because people just don't like it?
It just doesn't feel metal to me. It's got metal influence, but it doesn't feel metal to me. It feels more influenced by rap,
So
maybe
is that
hardcore.
yeah? But is that because you feel that way, or is it because they deliberately wrote the music that way,
It might be
or
because
is
they
it
deliberately.
both?
It might be because they deliberately wrote the music that way. I mean, when I say it feels not metal to me, what I mean by I listen to the music and it does not sound metal. It sounds like it has loud guitars and screamed vocals, but it does not sound metal. It sounds like
Too clean?
no, not too clean. Just more influenced by other things such as maybe hardcore, maybe rap, maybe rock, something like DJ, stuff like that, where the metal influence is negated by stuff like that. Like Slipknot has death metal influence, but yet it's not influenced enough to classify as metal. Whereas yeah,
That's a strange conundrum with metal. Is when it quote unquote evolves, it doesn't though, because what it depends on is if metalheads like it or not, right?
well,
And
yeah.
that's perfectly fair. That's perfectly fair. I don't
I
like
mean, Metal Archives even admits they're subjective.
yeah, I don't like these people who are like fuck metal elitist. It's like, look, you're taking it the wrong way. You're taking it personal.
I've always
It's
been
not
a metal elitist.
It's not personal though. If you like corn, fucking great. The problem is it's not influenced by
I
maybe
like
they
soul.
liked it. Maybe corn grew up listening to it, but they went off in this completely different direction with it.
I like Soulfly. I will freely. Okay, well, Soulfly later went metal, and you can even hear the difference between if you listen to maybe the first album and you listen to the eighth album. You can actually hear for anyone who doesn't understand what I'm talking about, listen to Eye for an Eye by Soulfly, and then listen to World Scum, and you could fucking hear the metal influence. Just Eye for an Eye is more of a tribal. Yeah, it's got scream vocals and loud guitar, but it's so it's new metal simple. That thing, and then
Yeah.
World Scum is like groovy death metal. You can totally hear the new metal. You can totally hear the metal influence. We better do something Eric will respond to, or else he'll just leave like a little bitch.
Hey, fucking, he said the other night that Led Zeppelin could have been considered metal. I disagree, but
It influenced metal.
metal could not exist without it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Coven and Black Widow. While they're not metal, quote unquote, although Coven kind of flirted with metal on the latest album.
It's funny that it's crazy that if you trace it back to blues, because that's where it all
Yeah. Well, yeah, no,
jazz,
yeah.
blues,
Well,
both
stop it
of
with your jazz and blues.
them really.
Stop it with your jazz and blues.
But now you fast forward to like 93 or late 80s, mid 90s, that time period,
Mid 80s even.
mid 80s, that 10-year period there between mid 80s, mid 90s. It's not the same thing anymore. It separated itself.
Well, yeah, I mean, even Venom was like a blue, heavily influenced by the blues, and you can hear from certain guitar riffs. And then you have Metallica, which was a little less, Slayer a little less, Exodus. Then you have the extreme thrash Creator, Sodom,
Yeah, I still think
Destruction.
Black Sabbath's first song sends chills up my spine because you can hear it for the first time. Like, yeah, Deep Purple, yeah, Led Zeppelin. Okay.
I love the song. Okay, I love
But
that
you can
song.
hear it. You can hear
Yeah,
the jump to something different, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not the greatest fucking song ever, but you can hear the I don't know exactly what I'm playing here, but I'm gonna play it. Like
I love the song. Hate the lyrics. Absolutely. Well, not the lyrics. Ozzy's little, I can't improv. No, 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 no. oh no. It's like, oh, shut up, Ozzy.
I like it, dude. It's campy.
I don't.
It's
No,
campy.
no. I don't like it. Here's why I don't like it. I'm gonna say what Kronos said.
Oh no.
He said Kronos of Venom said, I'm a huge fan of Black Sabbath, but whenever you hear it, you hear that Ozzy is the tortured soul, the witch, or the person being hunted by the witch, and I wanted to be the witch. I wanted to be the devil. I relate more to the Satan than the crying little bitch in the microphone.
Yeah, but without the crying little bitch, there would be no witch. So you gotta.
No, there would. And it would be witchcraft destroys minds and reaps souls.
Elliot.
Yeah, but they have to have the little bitch to fucking. It's like a host parasite fucking dynamic.
Yeah, I know, but I'd rather hear it from the witch's point of view. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I'd rather
do you think that for a second that even crossed Ozzy's mind?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Elliot.
What?
Ozzy was when Universal Studios did the Black Sabbath maze. Ozzy was interviewed about it, and then the creator of the maze said that song helped influence the maze in a big way. And then Ozzy said when we would perform it live for the first time in the early 70s, people would actually get scared and start running away from the stage.
Yes, Scott. Yes, they thought about it when they were doing that. Geezer Butler even said that, he fucking wrote like that as, Satan was something to be afraid of. They consciously wrote it like that because they were a bunch of Christians. Geezer said, well, I was influenced by I got into the occult, and there's that time when you take a step and go straight into the occult and forget about Jesus, and I didn't do it. And because of that, I'm going to say something really unpopular. I've never been a fan of Sabbath lyrics when they talk about religion. I've never liked them. When they talk about war and stuff, it's cool. When they talk about religion, it's vomit-inducing. Especially the song After Forever.
See, I don't get offended by that kind of shit. Like,
well, I don't get offended by it. I just think it's stupid and campy.
Yeah, well, it's campy. Campy. It's a relic of its time.
I mean, okay.
There was no
campy,
other band who came even close to doing that at the time. Like, you can cite Deep Purple, and that's all composition and shit. We're talking the feeling and the emotion from it.
I like Left Hand Path.
As fuck for the time.
I like Left Hand Path, and I'd rather hear someone sing about Satan from Satan's point of view than someone singing about Satan from a Christian's point of view.
I like both, dude. I like both.
Kill Christians.
I like both. I like to hear the whining, and I like to hear the Predator.
When they talk about war or Electric Funeral or being paranoid and Am I Going Insane Radio, when they talk about other things, drugs, whatever the hell Lord of this World's about, I have no idea. But whenever they talk about that, and the music more than makes up for the lyrics, the music more than makes. See, it's kind of like the lyrics. You can kind of not pay attention to them. I'm just saying, if I was writing lyrics, I wouldn't write like that. My favorite album by Black Sabbath is actually not an Ozzy one.
Dio?
Well, okay, I'm sorry. No. My favorite album is actually Master of Reality. My second favorite album is a Dio one, not the one you're thinking of though. Dehumanizer, the one where Dio actually sounds evil. Yes, it's true.
I'll have to check that out, man.
I was listening to it and I was like, is this the same Dio who sang Children of the Sea? I mean, a good song, but, it's not evil. I remember the first time I ever heard Mob Rules, Neon Nights, and I listened to it, and it was so much faster than anything Sabbath ever done. I was like, what the hell? I listened to the wrong thing, but, and by the way, give the Tony Martin stuff a chance. It's much better than anything like 13 or anything. That's why I said
I have never listened to 13. Never.
I
figured it was just rock and roll, man. That's what I figured it was going to be.
It's southern rock with hints of metal. And of course, Ozzy can't sing, and the production is so modern. I mean, Geezer's bass sounds like any other. It just sounds so modern. And Black Sabbath translate through modern, like Black Sabbath's old bluesy sound doesn't really translate through modern production. It would be like if someone were to re-record Exodus as Bonded by Blood with modern product. Oh, they did that already.
I
Never
know
mind.
this is kind of a cliche metal thing,
It's a
but the
fucking
old
disaster.
production value adds so much to older metal. And I have all these like reissues, and I regret buying all of them because
I hunted down the original Megadeth recording after I bought the remasters.
yeah. See, I regret spending all that money on them because I want the originals now. But
Yeah,
oh
or
well,
when
I mean,
they
it's better than
re-record it.
nothing. It's better than nothing.
Or when they re-record something. It's just yeah. They don't. I don't think they get what they're doing. Like Exodus redoing Bonded by Blood, which will Let There Be Blood, which is stay away from that one. It's toxic. I mean, it's good if you like bad things, but if you don't like bad things, it's
What
bad.
The whole whiny
never-
thing. I think if it's done right, if it's done to where you truly feel like,
It's
this
just so
person's
jarring.
pathetic.
It's just so jarring because I get these visions in my head, and all of a sudden Ozman ruins them by screaming "No!" and I'm just like, you've ruined my visions of Satan.
Why?
You know.
Because Satan's attacking him.
Yeah, but he's ruined my vision because I'm trying to visualize the figure in black, which points at me, and then all of a sudden, I'm getting into this. I'm getting into this mode of evil. Oh, I mean, King Diamond did it, but he did it much better with Corpse Without Soul. See, Ozzy should have gotten a time machine and asked and fast forward 13 years later and asked King Diamond how to write a song. Actually, no, Ozzy never wrote his own songs. I don't think Ozzy Osbourne has ever written a fucking song.
Who knows? I don't know.
Eric knows.
What?
Has Ozzy Osbourne ever written a lyric of music in his entire sad, pathetic lifetime?
Well, most of his solo work is credited to him.
Dude, the funniest fucking... And it's one of the scariest things that's ever happened to Ozzy was when he had the Osbourne show.
Oh,
And the
God.
stupid fucking cunt pumped him full of fucking head meds and put him on a four-wheeler. Do you remember that?
Yes.
What the fuck were they thinking?
I have no idea.
I'm telling
It's
you.
fucking hilarious. You see him get on the four-wheeler, and he's got this blank fucking not even here stare, and he pushes his thumb onto the throttle and just fucking goes off and dies almost.
I'm telling you, Ozzy Osbourne scares the crap out of me, and not in the satanic way. 'Cause, he scares me because
He's mental.
yeah, I think if you were hanging out with him, you would accidentally wind up dead.
And it would just be like, cover that up, Con. Shout it, cover that up. I hate Sharon Osbourne, but I fucking can't stand her.
Wait. Scott. Interview Ozzy Osbourne. Go.
You want me to ask Ozzy questions?
Yes, ask Ozzy Osbourne questions. He's going to be here right here. Go.
Do you actually have sex with that stupid cunt?
Erections, fuck, shit, Sharon.
That sucks.
I mean, am I the only one who needs a translator for him now?
I can't understand a fucking word he says.
No.
And then what's kind of funny about him, like you say, he can't sing, and he's not as good as he used to be. But you listen to him talk, and then he sings, and it's perfectly fine. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
No.
It's way better than him talking.
No, dude. On 13, you can literally hear the effects they use. You can literally hear
Auto-tune
auto-tune
and shit.
and shit. I mean, it's not like purposely bad like rapper.
You know
but
what, though? It's still better than when he's just regularly talking. I guarantee it.
See, I have a theory about this. I'm going to play you a clip of Ozzy Osbourne's vocal track from the song God Is Dead from 13. Bread. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna run it through. Fucking auto tune. Give me the wine. I don't need bread. Oh my fucking god! It
I'll listen to it.
doesn't sound like he's singing. Let's put it that way.
So has anything happened to Gene yet, Chavez?
No. Well, his daughter came out with her first single.
How
No,
old
no.
is Gene Simmons?
66 now.
Oh, good. I hope he's gonna die soon.
So there was no more developments with the child porn.
No. That story just blew off.
Be patient, Scott. Be patient.
Dude.
They're gonna open up a secret stash he has one day.
I was listening to Rogan's podcast the other night, and Red Band was talking about fucking. Now I can't remember his fucking name.
Good job.
He was a child star, and he apparently got molested by Michael Jackson.
Macaulay Culkin?
No, it was the other one.
Someone. Anyway,
God damn it! I'm gonna look it up.
continue with your frickin' story. We don't
No, I
care.
can't until I get his name.
Oh, because we don't care about child stars.
No, dude, this dude is fucking out there now. Like he is weird, and he's so weird that you can't look away.
Eric,
What?
were you molested by Michael Jackson?
No. I wanted to meet him so badly, though. I liked his music.
Eric, why don't you take off your pants?
I even used to walk around in school with a white glove.
Fucking
Wow.
stupid. I will tell you, on the day that Michael Jackson died, I celebrated. Of course, Michael Jackson, the old frontman for Satan in Blind Fury, he's pretty good.
And
It's not great.
I remember, Elliot, you saying, I'm all like, he had talent, and you're like, no, he didn't. Actually, he did. He was talented in bed, a 6-year-old told me.
Yes, he was. Yes, yeah, yes. He did have talent in bed. Apparently, he gives good head. He gave good head. Of course, now he's worm food.
Keep talking.
I hope he doesn't have sex with underage worms.
Hmm.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm, mm,
Hmm.
mm. Yeah, so BTR 18 sucked. Don't
Why?
listen to it.
I wish I could have. I'm gonna go back and listen to it.
No, it was me and Anarcha, so we didn't really talk. Anarcha is a shit co-host, and he even admits it. He's a great promoter, but as far as the co-host goes, yeah. Jim was out with his girlfriend, so it was me and Anarcha, and then that Jeremy kid and some guy named Wolf King joined, and they talked about politics so much, and I didn't have anything to say because it just, and then they started talking about, if you were following PTR chat, they were like, oh, you should have Repsy on, you should have Creationist Cat on your show, and I'm like, I don't know who these people
That's
are.
just a bunch of drama waiting to happen.
No. I have no tangible idea who these people are, and furthermore, I don't care. The only
Trust me,
reason why,
dude. Some of those names you just mentioned is nothing but fucking e-drama. Just
But
stay away.
but
Fuck 'em.
I mean, the only reason I listened to Sargon and checked him out was because he was on your show. If he wasn't on your show, I probably wouldn't have checked him out. Yes,
It doesn't
I'm that
matter
way.
who we're talking about. Once you get to that level, and that's what I refuse to deal with, is e-drama. I'm not going to do it.
Why I don't care about either. What my point is, and Jim made the point that they're just careerists looking for the question isn't are they big? The question is, are they going to make the show that you want to make if you interview them? The answer is no, because I have no tangible idea who they are. I mean, I guess they're YouTubers and I guess they're funny. Okay, I'm not going to check them out until I actually talk to them because I'm an asshole. Actually, no, that's not true. If you had shown me Sargon, I probably would have checked him out. But it was just, I didn't know who he was until we spoke because I'm so divorced from that YouTube community.
Yeah.
But my point is, I would rather interview, obscure grindcore musician 42 that no one gives a shit about that I think he's a really good singer than Creationist Cat or Drunken Peasants who I don't.
Did you ever get a hold of that fucking seer?
Oh my god, no, Eric, his usual being his usual reliable self.
Actually, I'm gonna be seeing them later on today.
Yeah, I'm not going. I can't. There's too many Christians in that room.
We're
Uh,
gonna be filming a web series, and I was asked to be an extra, so of course I'm gonna see them. I produced the pilot episode.
I produced your mom's face.
that means
Oh,
you're Chavez's grandfather? Damn!
by the way, Elliot, someone told me that you also had another person on PTR today.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. Chris, who I blocked, he came back, and now we're going to ban him permanently because he's not funny. He's annoying, and I hope he dies.
There was something
So-
I saw about stupid insults.
What?
Is that what that was all about?
Uh,
Like
What part?
bad insults?
No, wasn't that Dylan that you were complaining about?
yeah, no, I'm sorry. That was Dylan Robert Smith, who comes onto my show, fucking PTR episode 2, and just writes obscene things, and then went on and just trolled me. So I blocked his ass because that's all he does. He's just a bad troll. So I was like, Jim and Scott are the only one who can really insult me and like actually make it creative, because everyone else. They're just not that smart.
It just has to come. The hatred has to come naturally. Like you just have to, like, really hate somebody in order for it to. Because I really do hate Elliot.
No, you don't.
He really does hate me.
I know I don't.
Oh,
No. It's a real hate.
I'm going to squash
hate
you.
between you guys.
Okay, but my point is, although you know what, actually, Scott, I would love to have Creationist Cat or Repsion on there. So, who the hell are you again?
Yeah,
I'm a huge YouTuber. Right. Why do you matter again?
yeah. Oh, well, I have a point of view. Okay.
Well, okay, but are you a grindcore? Wait, but are you a grindcore musician?
Do you wish to see fetuses grinded up before you?
Yes.
No, that's awful. Well, then fuck off.
Yeah. Are you in a band? No. Well, why are you wasting
Well,
my
why?
time?
Why then? Just why? Just ask them why and leave it at that.
You know what? No, that's dude. That's what I should get like huge. I should somehow ask.
See, what you do is you ask like a bunch of qualifiers, and when they don't qualify, you just say, well, then why? And why what? No, listen. I'm asking you why. What do you mean why? Why, dude? Why? 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 Get the fuck out of here. Just be a complete fucking dick.
No, I'm gonna get a bunch of huge YouTubers on. Okay, huge YouTubers, and just like,
YouTuber.
and just, and by that you mean you're morbidly obese.
I am not even close to that.
I am quite fat. No, I'm gonna get a bunch of like drunken peasants and the boring atheist and the. But anyway, I'm gonna get them on and just like totally like. So, who are you and why should I care? Are you in a band? What did Eric post? I'm not reading it.
BRB going to go listen to the most recent PTR real quick.
No,
There's no real quick about it, is there?
no, it's 3 hours long. Look, just dude, I don't know why you find it so funny. I don't know why you find it so funny that Chris Aguilar was on it. It's not funny.
So we're gonna watch videos of fat people failing.
Nice.
Let's do more. Dude, I watched the
This
video.
is warm up.
Of,
This is warm up. This is
those
warm up.
5 roads, the 5 creepy roads.
5 creepy roads. I think
The
I saw
five-
one like that.
No, yeah, you sent it to me. I watched it. Dude, I had the weirdest dreams that night with the Wendigo and the oh,
Wendigo
God.
is just a creepy name. Like you hear that, and it is just creepy the way
Yeah, but
it
for me-
phonetically sounds.
For me, it doesn't describe the monster. Like for me, it describes something a little more subtle and more evil.
Like it's something inherent in humans.
No, like it's like something on like the wind that kills you and like.
Something that blows in the wind that convinces you to fucking turn your car as hard as you can into a fucking tree.
You know, I don't know. I'm good. You know what? I should write something to try to describe what that word actually makes me think of, because it makes me think of something different than just a large beast that kills you. Makes me think of something that's part spirit.
Oh my god, that fucking fat bastard guy by an ice cream truck. Anyways, you want to know something that actually does get me paranoid sometimes? Is
drugs.
My drive home from work is through backwoods.
Oh yeah.
It's not every night. It's not every night. But sometimes, and there is it's a decent creepypasta, and it's about it's called The Blue Stranger. And it's not that scary, like on its face. It's one of those things.
That old song, I'm a blue stranger.
Well, just listen. It's one of those things that's not scary on its face. It's scary when you let your imagination play on you. So the creepypasta basically goes, you'll see a blue guy on the side of the fucking road, and if you look at him and you try to pick him up, you'll go home and have an insatiable urge to kill somebody. And then you'll kill yourself.
Me every day. But that's me every day.
Okay, but this makes you do it, apparently. And but it's not necessarily that. It's if I saw anybody weirdly on the side of the road like that in the middle of the night, like 2 or 3 in the morning, it would creep me the fuck out.
Dude, okay, I'm going to go to Indiana, paint myself all blue, and like find out where you drive, and just go.
I feel sorry for you, dude. That'd be a fucking boring ass time just to go.
No.
I got a thing from your Google notifications. Rowan Hay responded no to murder, death, kill. Well then, fine, bitch.
I don't even know who that is. So.
I don't care who that is. All right, so let me. Okay, so we saw enough fat people. Give me something to type in.
I don't know. I was just thinking of the dream I had that night, thanks to you.
Let me suggest something. Oh, there we go. Scary dream.
10 creepiest dreams people have had. I guess I'll listen to the audio on this.
No, let's do something visual. Eric's not allowed to present ideas anymore.
Oh, shut up, Elliot.
Scary pictures.
Eric's face. We need more fucking people. You know, your group kind of sucks, actually, Scott. No one wants to join Hangouts on your group.
Oh, well. That's not what it's really for.
And I caught Brett Stevens posting from the Daily Caller, which is very reliable. It's the right wing equivalent. It's the right wing equivalent of the Huffington Post.
You'll have to take that up with him.
And the Huffington Post, is clickbait. So
if I see a headline that's intriguing, I will share it. I will leave the discussion open. I'm not. I
agree with this.
I always look at the URL, and that's what cost me like Jim posting from the fucking Daily Stormer.
So this picture we're looking at here is a woman with somebody or herself pulling her lips apart, like from the sides, like fish hook, and her lip is ripping in the middle and just bleeding down her chest. It's pretty fucked up.
Okay.
That's an awesome image.
Okay, this is just an old Halloween picture. Really, really old Halloween pictures are creepy as fuck.
They are.
Because they didn't have costumes back then, so they'd just like take a potato sack or some shit and make a face out of it.
That's more creative, though, I think, than just going to a fucking store and buying a costume.
It's way fucking scarier. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's from Stinkfist. That's from the fucking video Stinkfist. That right
Okay.
there. What? That is pretty creepy video though. There is a hey, Chavez. That fucking pantry.
Yeah.
That's still fucking with me.
Oh
Man.
wow.
I can't figure out other than a projector or something.
It probably really was haunted then.
No.
Well, it was
No,
probably
wasn't.
it had to be a projector.
Okay, Eric.
What?
There are no such things as ghosts.
What do you think about alternate dimensions bleeding over into one another?
No,
That's
No.
always been
that's
interesting
science
theory.
fiction crap. Look, we live in a world that is so explainable. Okay,
Yeah, but
everything.
you don't know that it's impossible for the infinite dimensions that there are.
Who's to
to-
say? Who's to say there's any life in any dimension but ours?
Who's to say it's not? See, we just don't know. I think some things are unexplainable because we just
I don't think. I don't
we
think.
just don't have the information.
See, I don't think anything's unexplainable. We don't have the information right now.
That means
But-
it's unexplainable.
No, it isn't.
Because you don't
No,
have an
that-
explanation. You don't have
No,
the information
that doesn't
to
mean it's
present to
unexplainable.
anybody.
No, unexplainable means the information doesn't exist. It can't be explained right now, but it will be explained sometime in the future. But it is not unexplainable. Unexplainable would mean the information is impossible.
Unexplainable is not the same as not explainable.
Unexplainable would mean that it cannot be explained ever by anybody. But you know what wasn't explainable in 1692?
Was
How
it,
the black
was it unexplainable to people in 1900 what a cell phone would be? Was it unexplainable?
it was not explainable because no one cared.
But the information came along eventually, and now we can
Yes,
explain it.
now it's but it was
So
never
it's unexplainable at one point, but then
no,
all
it
of a
was
sudden
not.
it is.
It was not explainable. Unexplainable would suggest that it could never be explained.
Okay, you're right.
Huh.
Not explainable
See,
is
I
not the
get
same as unexplainable. You're right.
I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. I'm nitpicking at your choice of words because I'm a dick.
Well, here's the thing, though. Back to the original point. They're trying to fucking open up little microscopic black holes so they can fucking understand the fabric of the fucking reality itself. And we just don't know certain shit. So what someone might think is a fucking ghost might be just some weird natural phenomenon that we currently don't have an explanation for.
See, I have about 3 theories for the pantry. Okay, keep in mind I didn't see it, but I have 3 theories. 1, projector. 2,
It had to be a projector.
no. Listen to me. 2, weird camera effect. 3, Photoshop.
No, it was a
video shop.
It was either a projector or video shop. It had to be one of the two. There's no way it was a person in the pantry. No fucking way possible.
My guess, if I was a betting humanoid, my guess would be video editing.
It's got to be one of the two. Either way, even if someone told me, "Hey, look, here's how I did it, man. It's just a prank," I would still think it's one of the creepiest
But
videos
Eric-
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Eric's, well, it must actually be haunted then. Eric, the human body is a machine. We are all machines. When you're okay, I'm going to ask you guys a question, okay? Have any of you had computers break?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you had computers break and have you had to replace them?
Yeah.
Do you think, Eric, that your computer is still operating in a higher plane of existence?
No.
Okay.
Now,
Thus,
hold on, though. Hold on. We're talking. You can dig into this. The subatomic particles that run through the wires.
I'm going to mute your ass.
Now listen to me. Listen to me. They still exist. They carried information from one place to another, and then they dissipated. They went away
Yes,
from
but
it.
it's not operating anymore. The computer is not operating, is what I'm trying to say. I'm basically saying your computer does not operate
The
on
mo- the
on a,
computer itself, no, but
yeah, that's what I mean. There is no heaven. There is no computer heaven, just like there is no human heaven. There is no spirit because who we are and what we are is completely material.
there's shit we don't understand. You have to acknowledge that there's just simply things we don't understand. Like science cannot explain certain things right now.
But we will explain it, and once we do,
Sure. No.
Wow.
I'm on board with that. But
while I don't think we'll ever get rid of religion because, people are sheep.
no, science itself is becoming more and more like a religion. It is.
No, science is not a religion. Science is not a religion.
Let's not mince words here. The word science has been around for a while now. And around that word has developed certain mentalities and ideals. Some of them are poison.
Look,
Some of them
that's not
are
true
absolutely
science.
dogmatic. You're right. You're right. That's not true science. What
The
it
one
is,
difference.
like, there's atheists who just don't believe in shit, and then there's atheism plus, who are a bunch of faggots.
I don't know. I mean, I know people in the movement. They're not as horrible as people make them out to be.
So, no, they're automatic faggots because I don't believe in God, and I'm going to use that as a social movement. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeah,
That's faggoty as hell. That's
eh.
believe in
I mean,
not
I
believing.
I
That's gay.
I support anything that undermines the church, so I have to support them.
Yeah, but it just creates a new one.
But see, here's the thing. The difference between religion and science, of course, is
There's
that
a huge fucking difference, obviously.
no. There's one key difference. Science, its main point, and every legitimate scientist would totally agree with me, is science tries to disprove itself. That is the one thing science tries.
Do you think though that a group of people creating a group like a social movement around not believing in God give one little fucking shit about real science? Or are they in a popularity contest to try to get as many people as they can possibly get to like them?
There's more. I mean, well, okay. There's multiple sides to it. You have to actually. I mean, how much have you studied the atheism plus thing? Because I've seen various offshoots of it, and I get what they're trying to do.
I've seen the leaders of it give speeches, and we're atheists, plus we care about the environment. It's like, what does one have to do with the other? A theist can care about the environment. It has nothing to do with it. Actually,
except for if you're a Reconstructionalist, they think that it's okay to destroy the environment because Jesus is going to put all the trees back.
There's theists who worship Gaia, who really fucking pissed off about deforestation and all that shit.
Well, yeah, there's you can find odd little sects who worship the trees.
Yes.
Probably have sex with trees.
Yes, so what does me not believing? What does me just not believing in God have to do with science?
I think a lot of it is, well, if you don't believe in God, you kind of have to have some sort of reason. But I think a lot of it, Scott, is like you were talking about Alex Jones. A lot of it is smoke and mirrors, or not smoke, but a lot of it is overhype and over-exaggeration to try to get the public to be aware. It's like you said about Alex Jones. That's how I view.
There's always a silver lining, but Alex Jones is a faggot.
But seriously, that's how I view everything. That's how I view everything. That's how even I view certain radical feminists. Is I think a lot of what they say they don't really believe, or at least they believe a not as extreme version, but they know that the only way to get the public to be awake is to extremify it, and that's all well and good until someone here's the extreme version and goes, hey, we're going to believe that and crank it up to a fucking new level.
Well, that's
and
what
then
happens.
You've got, yeah.
That's what happens.
So, yeah, I know. But that's what happened with Alex Jones, too. You know, we just trust the government. Hey, Alex Jones is completely right about everything. You know, there's slippery scale. I mean, it's kind of like religion. You know, there's people who believe in God and don't care, and then there's people who think that Pat Robertson isn't religious enough. Which those people scare the crap out of me. Have you ever actually met them?
No. Well,
I have.
I meet them online, but that's like
I've met them in person.
That's like where it can go really bonkers, is online, where
I've
they're
met
not.
Dude, I've met them in person.
In person, they have the very real, in your face, I could punch you in the throat if you don't go away right now.
Not at the Christian convention, they don't, which I attended.
Fuck that.
Dude,
I would never go to one of those in a million years.
I had to. I was doing something for the website. I was like, hey, why don't you go to a Christian convention and check it out? And I went back and went,
No.
There's a lot of these people. No, I went. I went and had a jolly good time.
One of my favorite Alex Jones stories was from the other guy, and I've told this before, from the other guy that you never heard about who went with him to Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Fucking great story. It's worth looking up Joe Rogan's podcast where he tells that story. It's worth hearing. Fucking hilarious.
No, I went to a Christian convention, and it was so worth it. It was so worth going because I got to see things like Christian movies. One of the Christian movies, which Jello Biafra even talked about, and I later saw the script. Apparently in 15 years they hadn't actually raised the funding for it, but they were still pimping it. The script was a Bigfoot creature that attacks a small southern town and then finds Jesus.
I want that movie to be released right now. Right now. I want it to be released.
I want me to direct it.
Who?
I want to direct it.
Get you Bowl, that fucking piece of shit action movie dude, to direct it. It would be fucking hilarious.
It would be, or I've seen plots for like Christian Shark's movie where, I'm not shitting you, the shark finds Jesus?
No.
Yes.
No.
Elliot.
Yes. What?
The Sharks movie, was it supposed to be animated or live action?
Live action.
Gross.
Oh my god.
Gross. One of the funniest things that I always pull it up when I'm talking, and you know what? I hate talking to theists about this. I hate that fucking debate so much because I only ever make people double down. They always just double down. Shut up, you stupid atheist. You know, it never goes anywhere. It never really goes anywhere. But I always love saying, when they bring up the creationist stuff, I'll always say, a banana just fits right in your hand, doesn't it? Well, just leave it at that. And they're like, yeah, it does. It totally does.
He's turned that into a comedy act. Like now he does it and he's even publicly stated that was supposed to be a comedy act, which I love.
You fucking asshole.
I know it wasn't. He knows it wasn't. Okay, so Christians, the really evangelical cult Christians. Granted, all religions are cults, but but the really cult. So I'm standing there in line with my friends, just doing whatever, and I feel this hand on my shoulder. You have really nice eyes.
Gross.
And I can tell.
Was this Catholic?
No.
Oh,
no,
weird.
Not Catholic, Protestant, evangelical. But I can tell there's something missing inside. Please help me. Please help me. I'm about to be raped.
I was playing my guitar, and the church here in my town is actually really cool. It's all gothic and shit, and I just like the way it looks. But I'm sitting in their courtyard playing my guitar, and this fucking priest comes out, and my friend goes, "Hey, is there a trash can somewhere nearby?" And the priest puts his hand on his hip, like, and does this really effeminate pose, like, ugh, somebody needs a trash receptacle. And I go, all right, we're getting the fuck out of here. Fuck you. I was like, did that just happen? Did this just Catholic crack me the fuck up? That's my favorite religion on the planet. They are my favorite ones because it's like
one
they're
religion.
disinterested. They're disinterested in the. It's like they only halfway believe what they're talking about.
Well, I love it because they have saints for everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have saints for the iPad with not enough memory now.
Well, that and
I mean,
but then you talk to a Catholic and their attitude is like, "Save me, Lord, but not right now."
Yeah.
because see, I was raised Catholic, okay, and I remember my mom still remembers all the saints, but she doesn't go to church, and I'm just like, how many saints do you guys have? But at one church, actually, I don't believe in it, obviously, but one of the church, I think it's the Unitarians who actually put on like punk rock shows in the basement to try to get kids off the streets. So they actually put like punk shows and things like that in spoken word shows. And Jello Biafra says he actually got to play Wesley Willis's "They Threw Me at a Church" in the church. But the Unitarians are really cool about that. Like I said, they'll put on.
Hey, I'll
They'll
say
help
it right
put on-
now. I think Mormons are cool. Like,
Nah,
I don't like their religion, but them as people.
nah.
Hey, yeah, they're square, but they're harmless. They're
No,
fucking harmless.
I knew one. I knew one. He was annoying.
Yeah, annoying. So
I
like,
don't like it. I don't.
that's, you know what though? That's all Western religions. Who's running around chopping people's heads off in the West? Anybody doing that?
Me.
No. Nobody's doing
Me. Yeah, well, yeah, but that's only because
You would like Islam then, man. Islam's
No.
based on fucking warfare.
That's
and-
only because, Scott, that's only because Christianity's been declawed. I mean,
Yeah, but it would still,
years
if you
ago?
compare the two, it's way more hippy dippy than fucking Islam is.
Not the Old Testament.
Well, the Old
But,
Testament, though.
I've even
yeah.
had people say to me, "Well, the Old Testament doesn't count." Well, what? Then why do you print it?
Yeah, well, people. I mean, who really uses that book in church anymore? Does anybody?
I
The
hope
Jews?
so. I actually get along with theistic Satanists more than theistic Christians. I don't know. So there's just something about them that I get along with.
I think they're just as ridiculous as the Christians.
I support them. I support anything
I
on the
saw this one guy.
left wing, left hand path.
He said that he was building a machine to another dimension, and it was a theistic Satanist, and he was totally convinced it was going to work. And it's like, fuck
Oh.
you, dude. Fuck
Okay,
off.
okay. So you have a theistic Satanist who well, we have an atheist who believes that aliens created everything. So naturally, all atheists must be.
That makes way fucking more sense than some magic voodoo shit.
Actually, no, it doesn't. It
Yes,
makes
it does.
just it makes just as much sense. Actually,
No, not as much. No. We're
No,
talking
it makes-
about physical beings who have blood and bones and
who
skin.
came down in a ship?
I'm not
Not
saying I
created us.
believe it. I'm saying it makes way more sense than some magic hoobla-joobs.
Hoobla-joops.
Yes.
Those are the theistic Satanists I know, though. The ones I know, just they're pretty cool, actually. They're fine with atheists and fine with atheistic Satanists and whatever. But I support. Hey, I'm left wing and left hand path.
Do you know a
And you're-
fucking thing about money?
Yes, I do.
What do you know? What do you know?
I know what it is, and I know that yes, we need it, but we don't need as much of it as you think.
How are you gonna pay off $16 trillion?
Why do we need to pay off $16 trillion in the first place?
Well, that's a good question.
Let's go back. Let's go back to the root of the problem.
That's a good question, but how do you do it?
Well,
Because here's the problem. Here's the problem. It's so big. It's such a large number that it's impossible. It's physically impossible to pay it back.
Yeah, I know. But my first solution to the problem is what's the solution? Let me just think really hard. Oh yeah, not to have the fucking problem in the first place.
Well, it's too late.
Thank you, Bush.
It's too late. You can't just blame one. You can't just blame one person. It doesn't work. The economies do not work based around one person.
He was the major instigator, though. Thanks to his war.
We spend just as much, if not more, on social programs.
I'd rather have it dead because of social programs than a dead because we're killing people.
So you'd rather? I mean, you can say that, but once the money runs out, there's no more social programs and there's no more economy.
Well, then America will plunge into a third world hellhole.
It's going to. It's probably going to.
And that's why, Scott, I'm getting the hell out of the country.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, no shit. And you know what? Because I hate you, I'm not gonna let you come with me. I'm gonna have you stick it out in America.
Yeah, some people say they want to go to Canada. I'm like, nope, that won't work. They're having the same fucking problems.
I have other options, but I'm not going to tell you because then you'll just complain like Jim does about fucking whatever. It's funny how much we disagree about politics.
It is funny, but there's a meme coming out now, and it's kind of an important right-leaning meme. It's cuck-servatives, because was Bush really a conservative?
Yes.
Was he? No, was he?
Yes.
Who spends that much money? Who spends that much money who calls himself a conservative?
Okay, but he was to the right. I mean, conservative is kind of a stupid term, honestly. Conservative and liberal is they're kind of stupid terms.
They are.
If I'm completely honest.
They are. Because both of them are rigid. They have no room to bend.
Not that. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Because everyone, but when I'm talking about conservative vs liberal, stupid terms. Because I'm not liberal on some issues. I'm conservative when it comes to I don't gamble, but I'm to the left. I call myself left because I think liberal is kind of a stupid term because, well, the Iraq War we spent liberally, and then I'm just like, okay, now you're splitting hairs and now I'm going to split your lip. So that's why I say to the left or right. I hate those conservative liberal, you can progressive or reactionary.
Well,
just
here's my distinction is
reactionary, Scott.
Conservative should have a tinge of anarchism to it, and it doesn't. It doesn't anymore. It's gone. Like that. Like you have Trump running around trying to pretend to be like that, but he's not.
Well, I used to be a full-blown anarchist, but I was a left-wing anarchist, so...
That doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever.
Yes, it does.
How?
It would basically... Everything would be voluntary.
Okay. How?
Okay, remember I said was. Did I say is now?
But you did say it made sense. You did say it made sense.
It makes sense to be... It makes sense, a left-wing anarchist, because the whole small government, big government is a load of shit, because look at what Ronald Reagan did. I'm going to have a small government. Oh, look,
shit, he did.
Well, but see, that's the thing. Right wing and left wing, small government vs big government. Once again, it's a load of shit. You have to. Anarchist is small government, big government is not a yes.
Anarchist
the right
is no government, none.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is. The right would talk about a small government, but of course they love Saint Ronnie, even though he made the government larger. So, and the left wing talks about both. They're left-wing anarchists. Anarcho-primitivists. Nature. I wasn't like a nature person, but I just I thought, well, and I'm still not a capitalist, but I was like, hey, I was 14, 15, so I was like, well, our government's not working. Why don't we try no government? Of course, I learned pretty quickly that it can't work, but I still support left-wing anarchists because I support everything that destroys the system.
Well,
Everything that destroys the system that's not completely insane, like Alex Jones.
well, the problem with all anarchists, and no matter how much mental gymnastics they try to do, because that's what they end up doing, is, yeah, you can destroy the government, and we'd probably make it for 20 years, maybe.
No, we wouldn't make it 3 days.
Okay, whatever the time frame. I'll be liberal with 20 years. Say we make it 20 years.
Liberal.
Say we make it 20 years. The second someone gets a fucking tank or a drone or anything like that, what are you going to do? Oh, we'll have DROs. We'll have private security. That's fucking government.
Yeah.
That's
the ones I never. I mean, because okay, the reason I say left-wing anarchist because my anarchism, which I hate the word anarchy, but my anarchism was always anti-capitalist. The one I've never really understood is anarcho-capitalists. So you're not going to have government, but you're going to have a capitalist economy somehow? Tell me how that's going to work. Okay.
It makes more sense than thinking you're going to be liberal and like without a government. It makes way more sense.
I don't think it makes any sense.
Anarcho-capitalist is the same thing as what we have now, except there's no Senate, president, or anything. It's just a conglomerate of corporations. It's essentially the same fucking thing. Only it's...
And we've done such a good job with this.
What's that? Oh, no.
Oh,
No, I'm not saying it would work. I'm saying I see what they're saying. I don't see what anarcho-communists are saying. What, we're going to get in communes without the government? Except you're going to have a government inside your commune? Which you would.
No. What they mean is we're not going to... Well, everything's going to be volunteer-based. So no one's going to,
No, it won't. The second you get short on food, the second you get short on water, any kind of resource...
I would rather have that. I would rather have that than the corporate lords. I would rather have that than the corporate world order. Because that legitimately scares me.
Well, we're getting that, whether you want it or not. I'm pretty sure of that.
Well, we've been getting it for 40 years, I know. And that, once again, scares me.
Have you ever seen... It's kind of a Hollywood-produced video. It's about 30 minutes long, and it's the Illumicorp. Okay, and it's fake. It's obviously fake, but for me, it made me realize there are just some people on the planet that are so wealthy, so well organized, are able to manage resources and information beyond the scope of any one of us could ever imagine. You can't beat these fucking people. They're gonna win. They're gonna win. There's no hope. There really is no hope.
Well, I don't
win.
I don't think there's no hope, but
there is no hope. The only hope we have is a comet hits the fucking planet and we all die.
See, I have hope, but I'm not optimistic. Let's put it that way. I mean, I'm still continuing to fight.
How can you defeat people who are at all times 20 steps ahead of you?
How did they stop the Vietnam War?
They started the Vietnam War. They stopped wars.
How did we stop? Well, I can't say we because we weren't born yet. How did they stop the Vietnam War? How did the counterculture stop? How did the public stop? How did the public fight for civil rights?
Do you think that maybe it's a bit naive to think that we did shit?
No, I don't. Actually, I don't. What, you think that... No. See the problem with the problem with the Illuminati's, they think the everything. Yes, I think Coca-Cola, the Koch brothers, McDonald's, GM, Microsoft, those people, yes, they run the world, but at the same time, there's a lot more of us than there is of them.
Yeah, but they also manage all the information, right? So what you think might be real.
They can't manage all the information. They manage all the mainstream information on the McNews.
Yeah, well, enough people watch that to where it's a fucking issue that you have to contend with.
And that's why I promote vigorously.
Those people aren't fucking interested in what you
I got my dad into Al Jazeera, so.
Your general person is not fucking interested in listening to one single word of what you have to say.
See that's the thing though, because in 2000 there were WTO and IMF protests, and most people
not very many people compared to the rest of the population.
20,000, 30,000 people.
That's not very many people, and those protests were disrupted with just a few provocateurs breaking windows, and the police came in and shoveled everyone out.
It was. No, they didn't shovel everyone out. Well, they okay, the WTO they tried, but they didn't succeed.
Okay, so how many of those 20,000, once the police started coming in, left and gave up?
Not very many, according to what I've heard.
I think.
But see, here's the thing: you were talking about fucking how many of those 20,000, 30,000, or whatever had any interest in how high finance actually worked? Not very many, but they were aware that something's up here and we need to stop this.
I don't think they had a fucking clue what was up there.
No,
I don't think they do have a clue what's going on up in that building.
They knew enough to know that something was wrong.
Yeah, that's all they know.
But that's all they need to know.
That's not enough to do. No, it's not. That's not all you need to know.
That's all they need. Well, no, okay, it isn't all you need, but it's all you need to know to have the general public go, wait a minute, something's up here. What I'm saying is,
That's still not enough, dude. These people are ungodly powerful. Like, it kind of makes me giggle thinking what life would be like up there. Like, it would probably suck in a lot of ways.
I mean, I'm sorry, I was trying to get my thing. I mean, it's okay. Do you really think the general public needs to know everything about what's going on up there, or do you think they just need to know just enough to piss them off?
Well, then, if that's what we're going to go on, with millions of people just pissed off enough to know that something's wrong, I'm going to get pissed and do something. Well, we're just going to end up in the same place we were before.
See, my thing is, I'm kind of a liberal fascist in a way, or a left-wing fascist. I believe that most people can be controlled, and I think if you just get enough people, you can explain to them as much as you want, but they're not going to listen. But if you appeal to emotion enough, if you see that's the thing.
That's my point, though, Elliot. Is okay. Take your 90% of people who don't give a fuck. They don't count. They're just there, right? They're going to work every day, paying their taxes. That's what they're doing. You take the rest of us, 10% who, well, okay, 8% of us know just enough to be pissed. 2% of us know enough not only to be pissed, but have an idea that there either A, is something we can do about it, or B, that there's absolutely nothing we can do about it.
And then what you do is, instead of doing that, you go on a channel, and you get those 90%. What you do with those 90% is, why do you think Fox News is popular with certain people? They appeal to emotion. The left could appeal, the not the left, but the anti-Fox News could appeal to emotion too, and they do that to try to get people as angry as possible. All you need is, look, let's say you have a super smart burglar, okay? You have a super smart, super powerful burglar. He's amazing. You know what? Better
V
yet,
for Vendetta.
let's say you're a super smart, super awesome burglar who killed 12 people and who's just awesome. And you come across 4 really angry, really wild dogs who don't have an ounce of brain power but are pissed off enough to know that you're trespassing. And you die. Even though you were the smartest one, the one with the most power, the one who killed 12 people, and you couldn't cope with those frothing dogs.
Here's the problem.
They don't know why.
Here's the problem. One person dying, getting killed by the mob, doesn't mean there was 10 guys waiting to off him anyways.
But no, I wasn't saying.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's my ultimate point. I really, honestly believe that there is jack fucking shit we could do about it. Jack shit.
Well, no, with that attitude, of course there's nothing.
No. Here's why I have that. Here's why I have that attitude. Sure, that you could point to movements that had some, they got some rights, like with feminism, they got voting rights. But all that led to is now we have to work 40 hours a week and pay taxes, and well, we're just cogs in a wheel. Right? These people are able to brainwash us, even us really smart people, well-meaning, intelligent, clean, good people, are just cogs in this fucking manipulation. And when you break it down to like one CEO or a world leader or something like that, well, if we kill him, it'll take care of all the... No, it won't. It won't.
Of course not. See, I used to think like that.
It just
keeps... I used to think like that.
World peace is never going to happen, dude.
No, of course it's not going to happen. But wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be better to still fight for it? Wouldn't it be better to still fight or just give up? And
okay, on that level, I'll agree with you. It's kind of like the objectivity thing. Like, you can never truly be objective unless you're developing fucking computers.
A robot.
You have to be.
Unless you're a robot.
Yeah, right. But you should strive for it. Now, okay, I'll agree with you. But I think it's also healthy to realize that you're fucking making $40,000 a year and getting on YouTube and Twitter and all that shit. You think you're fucking really informed? Really? Do you really think you know what's going on? Or are you just hearsay? Are you just... I think it's healthy to be skeptical of your own belief.
Of course I am. That's why I go to different websites and I go to different news sources. Like I said, I don't just watch MSNBC and go, wow, Rachel Maddow said something. I'm gonna, because I just don't even like MSNBC. Oh, come on. She owned Alex Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, Alex could own her just as easily. They're a bunch of fucking...
He tried. He tried.
They're a bunch of talking.
He tried and it failed miserably.
Here's the thing, though. Who was really right? Do you know who was right? Do you know for sure who was right?
I know who's not right.
That's the same thing as knowing who's right. Do you really know why they're wrong? Like, here's what I'm saying. There's people who know way the fuck more than you do. Way the fuck more. Not only do they know it more, they can react to you figuring them out. Before you ever even...
I don't think the corporate lords are honestly all that smart. They have a lot of money, but I don't think they're that smart.
They're smart enough to be corporate lords.
Well, they're greedy. Why? Well, I wouldn't want to be a corporate lord, honestly.
I think part of that life would really suck.
Well, okay, if I went to business school or was born into money, yeah, I could be a corporate lord. But honestly, I'm not a capitalist. So, but here's the thing, though. Okay, yes, I admit we'll never, truly take them down or whatever. But at the same time, I'm not just gonna give up and put my head in the sand and go, well, there's nothing we can do, so I might as well just, not do anything about it. I'm still gonna fight.
So you don't believe in nihilism at all? Nihilism is...
I used to. I used to believe in nihilism until I realized that, you know what? Who does nihilism help?
The older I get, the more the news and even people I really like, listening to, just becomes entertainment. Like,
See, I don't
yeah,
react
that was
to
really
everything.
profound. That was really profound what you just said, but really, like, do you really think that that's going to make a difference? I don't.
See, I don't react to everything, and most political stories I go, no, it's gonna all blow over. But if something, I'll support a movement or whatever, and I'll join in, and will
The
not
only
join it because
time
I
I'm
don't.
going to get really excited is if the news turns on one day and it's, we know for sure that Yellowstone is about to blow up in like 2 or 3 days. We know for sure.
Of course, it's not gonna blow up. I
What my
love
point
that.
is, the only time I'm going to get excited is when, if in my lifetime, the planet is going to die.
Who said I get excited by these news? I mean, I do it, and I do it because I fight, and I fight because I need to fight because I'd rather fight, even in my own little way, and people, well, if you're not doing as much as we're doing, you might as well not do anything. Well, that's a bullshit thing, and that's,
You know what else though too? Like, look at World Wars. If say America got fucking attacked, like the armies just flooded in, and you didn't have a choice. You had to kill motherfuckers, one way or the other, whatever side you wanted to be on. You just had to kill motherfuckers. You're at war. Even then, you're just a pawn. You're just a little tiny nothing.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, because see, deep down inside, my misanthropic, I still have, not hope, but I still, I still fight for what I see as the right thing to do.
I think age weathers that to a nub.
No,
Like,
look
yes,
at Jello Biafra. He's 58 and
but
he's still doing 50.
look at like Ron Paul. Fuck, motherfucker's about to die, and he's out there doing shit still. I mean, I just don't think there's really. I think there's a point where it's like, we got to get this much water to this water and food and fuel and resource management, but there's no higher purpose to that.
They're doing what they think is right. I mean, isn't it better to do, Jello? Besides, Jello,
is it what's right, or is it just survival?
No, it's also in Jello's case, he also plays music too, which he really loves doing. That's his life. So
is that what's right or wrong, or is that just something you do to entertain yourself?
If you could play music and try to get a message across, because he's a punk rocker, so he's political. Okay, if you can play music, shut up, Eric. If you can play music and do what you think is right, isn't that better than
Is
shut
it?
up, Eric.
Is it?
I think so.
But is it?
Yes.
Like, is there an equation that adds up to that being better than something else?
Well, it's better than just sticking your head in the sand or putting
because better.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Better is a subjective term.
Because Jello got me into politics and got me into reading books and got me into thinking, hey, maybe there's something out there that we don't understand. Maybe there's something. Maybe the news isn't telling the truth.
Well, for sure, it's not.
He impacted
what's fucked up about the news is I'm pretty much guesstimating that 99% of it is
don't
bullshit.
say guesstimate. Fucking douchebags say guesstimate.
I'm a douchebag then.
Yes, you are. Hey, you admitted it.
Because I'm more nihilistic. I don't give a fuck. Like, someone calls me a fag or they call me a name, it's like, okay, you're gonna die.
I just like to see people admit it. And see, I don't know. I used to be nihilistic, and then
you're gonna die.
That's not helping anyone.
Worms are gonna eat your testicles.
See, I'm half nihilistic. I think most things you shouldn't get excited over, like Donald Trump. I don't think he's even worth
He's just making me laugh, man. That's all.
The paper.
The only thing I care about with him is I'm waiting for him to get in front of a press conference and say, "All right, you little faggot, shut the fuck up." I'm waiting. If he does that, he'll be a somewhat of a hero to me because he just doesn't give a fuck. I think he's an idiot. I think he's a moron. If we elected him, we would probably crumble. But
here's the thing, though. Does he not give a fuck? Or is this a calculated facade?
Well, yeah, it is.
Is this a calculated? Is this a calculated facade?
It is.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. The moderates are taken. I'm going to be so out there that people are going to love me. Because remember, he used to be pro-choice. And he used to donate money to the Democratic Party.
Oh, hell yeah, he did.
Hillary Clinton. So that's why I see most of his thing as a
shtick. Okay, I get it. But it's a good shtick. It's quit taking shit so fucking he came at the right time in history where you have all these overly sensitive little faggots ruining shit. Like, I understand what I just said, that it doesn't really matter, and probably ultimately doesn't. But for my own personal entertainment, I like seeing these people get made fun of.
I just wish we had. I mean, well, we have people like that on the left too, like a George Conlon or something, who basically said, all these, idiotic, the new left wing or whatever, who were just so. I mean, that's not what attracted me to the left. What attracted me to the left was people who would willingly defend G.G. Allen or Guar or something, or dead Kennedys or metal or punk. And that's what the left always meant to me, was freedom of speech and freedom to express ideas, because you have to remember the right in my time was the religious right, was
the
ultra
SJWs.
Censor everything. And now there's, if you like the religious right, were the SJWs of the 90s and the 80s and 90s that censor everything.
I am 100% positive if the conservatives get back in power, that's exactly what they will do again.
Of course.
It's exactly what they will do. It's something to do with that political swag.
Now we have left wing.
People just lose their fucking minds.
But now we have left wing so-called SJWs or whatever. I mean, I've always called myself a social justice advocate, not a warrior. I don't war against people, but I advocate for it because obviously we need, everyone to be equal to.
Do we?
Have a. Yes.
But what if they aren't? Because you got to be careful with that. Like, you can write it on a piece of paper, everyone's equal, and pass a law, but the outcomes won't match that. And
I don't mean everyone.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
I don't mean everyone makes this. I don't mean everyone makes the same amount of money and things like that. I mean everyone's equal.
Under the bar of law. That's what you mean. Under the bar of law, nobody can fuck with you because of something that you are.
Yeah, that's what I'm not saying everyone has to. I mean, personally, and this is going to piss you off, I love a maximum wage, but
Maximum wage?
Yes, I've thought it. Yes, because
okay, to the point where if I walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, man, give me $1 million," and they do, would that be illegal?
To a point where you're living comfortably. Maybe you're upper middle class. Maybe you're a little bit upper class, but you can't. Well,
I'll suck your dick for $1 million right now.
Because I mean, you read about these corporate executives and they have $40 million pay raises or whatever. What if we put a stop to that? I mean, even for a capital, you have to admit a $40 million pay raise.
I don't know. What if we did?
Well, we wouldn't have executives making $150 million a year.
What? So what?
And maybe we could put that money into things like fixing our roads.
But my roads! Okay, I won't go there.
I have some pretty bumpy-ass roads where we live that need fixing.
I do too.
Long Beach Grand Prix is getting unsafe for open wheel cars. It's so bumpy.
Dude, they need to fucking put canopies on them fucking Indy cars.
We know, yes, I know.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, I know.
Really, seriously, like, who the fuck never thought of that? And you pointed out something. It's unbelievable that only so many people died from that.
Yeah, Henry
Unfucking believable.
I mean, and yes, you're right. It would be an aerodynamic advantage. They actually had to balance that out in top fuel dragsters because some run canopies and some don't. And they actually had to get around that. The rule makers had to get around that so that the canopy cars wouldn't just win every damn race.
Just put a small hole in the back of the car somewhere so that it creates some drag. That's all you'd have to do.
I'm surprised they went to canopy for dragsters because dragsters have a roll cage around the whole car. But
yeah,
I guess,
something could get through that roll cage easily.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, they need a.
It is absolutely no excuse whatsoever. That guy did not have to die. Seriously,
I think after Weldon they should have put the canopy. After Weldon, Vegas 2011.
Oh shit!
They should have put the canopy.
Some of those old fucking videos we watched, where the dudes would fly out of the fucking cockpit because there was no fucking seatbelts.
Because the logic of the day was it's better to be thrown. See, but by the way, not to change.
It's better to be thrown.
See, I like that we can debate because I have so many people who don't like to debate issues if they disagree on stuff.
Get all butthurt.
Yeah,
oh my God, take me seriously.
And I actually listen to what you're saying. I mean, you're an idiot, but But yeah, the logic back in those days was better be thrown clear than to be strapped inside a crashing car, which actually makes sense if you think about. Well, it makes a weird kind of sense if you think about.
Yeah.
The fuel tank was completely unprotected, so the thing would light on fire.
The further back in time you go, like for me in the 90s, with three-wheelers. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? My parents bought me a three-wheeler? Are you fucking insane? Those things are death machines incarnate.
I know. Aren't they great?
They're fucking fun, man. I got to admit.
They are scary.
A solid rear axle with one fucking wheel on it. Like, really? With like, I don't know, 70 horsepower?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding? I went to a monster truck event one time. They had quad races, and then they had trike races. Trike races! And these motherfuckers were going like 80, 90 miles an hour.
They have there's a car, look it up right now. It's called the Reliant Robin.
I know exactly what that is. Jeremy Clarkson wrecking that. That was fucking great episode.
They race those.
That was such a great episode.
Dude, they race those.
I know they do. I saw that.
And I was talking to John Hindhoff, one of my favorite commentators, who actually raced Reliant Robins. And he said, what you do is you're always on two wheels. You're never on three wheels. You're always on two wheels.
Fuck that. You know what? It would take.
Have you ever seen Robbie Gordon's Stadium Super Truck? Robbie Gordon is a racer who's racing everything from Indy cars to off-road to sports cars to stock cars and won in everything. He does these things called Stadium Super Trucks, which are like little, they're off-road trucks for stadiums, like Supercross events.
Okay.
And he does like two-wheel jumps and things like he'll go up on two wheels and he'll jump, and
that's nuts.
I honestly think Robbie is insane. I love the guy. He's such a nice guy too. But I honestly think he's insane.
So I noticed something. I got a couple things here. With Rallycross, I noticed that all of them now are like the Ford Focus, Ford Fiesta. All of them. Subaru went to it. There's no difference in them anymore.
On the world stage there is. On the world stage there's Peugeot, there's Volkswagen, there's Subaru.
Yeah, but they're all the same. Like, they might look a little different, but they're all the same chassis.
Well,
like,
they find one winning formula and actually
Ford
not
beat
really.
the shit out of everyone. And In the United States, they did.
Actually, I have an interesting story to tell you about that. A rally driver named Petter Solberg won the World Rallycross Championship in a what was it? A Passat, I think it was, a Volkswagen.
No way.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm sorry, not a Passat, but it was some sort of Volkswagen. No, okay.
Was it a Golf?
No, I'm sorry. He won the world championship in something, and there's an event called the Race of Champions, which is it's kind of hard to explain, but he was in a.
We're talking
Rallycross.
that like X Games kind of rallycross, right?
Well, yes, but this is a world championship.
I'm not talking about going on back roads. I'm talking about the arena one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But this is a world championship, so he wins it in this car, which I think it was a Ford, and he gets into a It was either he wanted a Ford or he wanted a Volkswagen. And got into it. No, yeah, okay. Anyway, so he gets into another car. He gets into another rallycross car for this Race of Champions, which is they take drivers from like different nations and they put them against each other and they race them in all different kinds of cars. There's like a NASCAR type car.
Yeah. That fucking shit's awesome. I love that shit.
So they put him in a Volkswagen rallycross car along with a guy who never raced in rally. I don't remember who he was racing with. A guy who from a different discipline of motorsport who never raced in rallycross. And of course, what they were saying is, oh, Solberg's going to win the race because he was a world rallycross champion. And he loses the race. And he says something to the effect of, the car handles so different than my Ford. The Volkswagen drives so differently than my Ford.
Ford nailed it. But it was like if you look at who's our driver, our best driver, he drives the Ford. Real little fucking guy.
Faust or
yeah, Tanner Faust. That motherfucker. I don't like him, but he's a good driver.
I don't like him personally.
He's a good driver.
He's an ass.
He's an ass. I agree. He's a little pretty boy faggot, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's a good driver.
Yes.
The Ford, that Ford that he drives, to me, it seems like it set the bar across the board. Like,
yeah,
that's what your car should be like.
But I thought it was interesting that because I thought, like I said, I thought Solberg, who like I said, won the championship last year. I thought he would get in that car, different brand, but I thought he would get in the car and smoke everyone.
No, it's the Ford, dude. I saw Subaru's newest car, and it looks almost identical to that Focus. Or now
Chevy's using the Sonic for a rallycross car.
Chevy's in it now? I didn't know that.
Yep.
They would have to modify it a lot, but if Dodge used their old Caliber design,
oh yeah,
that would work.
Peugeot's in it with former F1 and IndyCar driver Jacques Villeneuve. You know what? We were talking. My dad and I were talking about this, and I wanted to kind of bring this up. Dan Wheldon's son is racing now.
Who?
Dan Wheldon, the guy who was killed in 2011, his son is racing now. There's a guy named Jacques Villeneuve who went on to win the Indy 500, the IndyCar Championship, and later the F1 World Championship. His father died in a racing accident when he was 11. So, and I was thinking about that because Justin Wilson had a family, and I'm just thinking, I wonder what his kids are going to do, if they're going to go racing or not. And you would think no, because they just saw his dad die. But like I said, Weldon's right. And I could say something.
Something in certain people's blood, like the Wright brothers.
Yeah.
I don't. There's just a certain gene in the human gene pool that are astronauts or race cars. Like, there's something weird about those fucking people.
Dave Moody, who's an announcer, said something to the effect that he's angry because men are willing, because people are willing to risk their lives and could die, and leave behind their families. And he goes, yes, next week I'll put it all behind me and I'll go back to watching racing, but for now I hate the sport. And I've felt the same way. I felt, anger at the stupidity of these people.
I was trying to like earlier we were talking about like how racing is hard rock and it's not metal. But there's something about, like, if you go back to the Model T, or even before that, just getting from A to B, something about that journey all the way up to a fucking Koenigsegg that is fucking epic. Like, it's intangible. You can't really. It's the engineering. It's the refining of the fuel. All of it. All of it.
I remember what
is
got
pretty
me to
fucking.
racing.
It's like metal. It's.
There was just something so loud and good about the sound of any engine. You know, I like everything from NASCAR to drag racing, sports car, everything. So it was just such a natural thing. And like I said, I've been there when 3 people have lost their lives in racing accidents. And I can't explain to you why I still watch racing and why I still love it, because it's me. It's in my blood.
I am not as big of a fan as you, or there's another guy I work with. He's a huge racing fan too.
There's no one as big a fan as me. Actually, that's not true, but anyway.
But I can't help, like, I hate NASCAR. I don't like NASCAR because I just don't like ovals. I don't like oval tracks. But there's something about racing that if it's on, I'll watch it.
I mean, I watch everything. I mean, I watch everything from literally everything. I mean, except drifting. I don't watch drifting.
Hey, Elliot. I about had extraordinary fucking news earlier, but it might still happen. I had a fucking phone call like 3 hours ago. Rick called me. He's from Vaginal Aftershock, and we had a Google Hangout of our own, and the band almost reformed because, and the best part about this would have been, they're like, so what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm moving to LA soon to hang out, to go live with a friend. He's like, dude, we should totally fucking get back together and go do that then. Like,
cool.
There's no fucking way you guys are gonna actually reform the band. He's like, dude, I fucking miss Noise Evolution. Like,
cool.
Dude, look at these fucking pictures. Oh my god, that's gross.
That actually bothers you?
I mean, I'm gonna go to. Me and Alex Harvey were talking about moving to Sweden, so. Because, we have reasons.
That's an awesome tree.
Unless you're gonna post something from the Daily Stormer, in which case we'll,
Yeah, Sargon calls those people storm fags.
They are.
It's
I don't always agree with Sargon, but when he gets it right, he gets it right.
Yeah, he does.
Yes,
he does.
But sometimes I'm like, it's not that I disagree. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know about that, but I get it.
He is the kind of person who, if he's not right and he knows he's not right, he's still gonna say he's right.
Yeah, he's you know what? He's kind of a dick, but a really cool dick.
Yeah.
Because he was totally cool. Like, I was surprised,
I was surprised he came on, man.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I think he's also the kind of person who, left, right, doesn't matter. He just hates SJWs. And I'm on board. I fucking hate him. Like, the whole reason Metalgate exists is because I hate them so much that I'm willing to learn an entire new genre of music just to make sure they can't win.
I'm much less extreme.
What the hell are SJWs?
Social Justice Warriors.
I don't know what that is.
You hang on Tumblr. You've met them.
Who are we talking? Is that
you
Anarcha?
Gotta fucking give me a definition of what they are?
A definition of what an SJW is?
I don't.
Okay. There's a history. There's a history to tell.
Wait. I'm gonna make this as brief as possible. You know those extreme people who think that no one should be mean to anyone, and that they think that open-mindedness means that everyone has to applaud everyone and no one can lose anything and everyone has to cuddle each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
Those are those people. I'm just gonna make it.
There's more to it. There's more to it.
Your video's not playing anymore.
The long of it is, at one time, social justice was probably a fucking good idea.
It still is.
But now we're in 2015, where you have CEOs having children who have had no work done in their whole life. They just sat on their ass and did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they're bored. So they have to call all the white people racist. And all the black people have to be taken care of because they can't take care of themselves. They're extremely obnoxious motherfuckers. They're
Well,
like
see, that's the thing. They take a good idea, which is still a good idea, although, social justice is still a good idea, and it's still something that's we should still work for. They take it and they bastardize it.
Yeah. They get offended for other people. It's not a grassroots thing anymore. It's the establishment.
But dude, your video's not playing now.
No, he's not presenting to anyone now.
Oh, well. I wasn't really...
Just click the present button, you fucker.
We weren't fucking doing anything with it anyway.
I was watching
why weren't... Yeah, he was watching it.
Well, fuck Anarcha.
I just fucking woke up and saw this hang on and decided to join it.
He sounds like he's just had so much drugs.
I just woke the fuck up.
Just look up, fucker, fag.
See, I'm less extreme than you are because I'm just less extreme about
that
some
is hot
things.
as hell.
But I get what you're saying.
Fuck bitches with potato sacks.
I try to sexy. I try to get multiple opinions and stuff, and and of course that kind of opened my eyes because I didn't really, I had to kind of step back and go, people are still offended because, as I said countless times, I'm so into the metal underground. I was just desensitized and thought that people had finally grown up.
Oh my god, that band used a fucking Nazi symbol. We can't. No, we just can't. We just can't. We can't even.
The only time I criticized the band for using a Nazi symbol, I said something to the effect of, I'm not really sure it was placed right. You should have placed it somewhere else. or that kind of clashes with the other thing. I'm not sure that was or why'd you do that? It just doesn't make any sense.
See, for me, it's even if it's redneck, fucking KKK, white trash motherfuckers, I would rather them be in a metal band and make fucking racist as fuck metal music than to repress that shit.
It's not like it's gonna go anywhere anyway.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you force them to repress it, then it could get pretty fucking ugly.
But repression is fun.
What I tell people like that is, like let's say a band like that forms, it's not like they're gonna get as big as Metallica and they're gonna make everyone racist.
Right.
Those who are racist are racist. Who cares? Let them die out.
I mean, if they're good, but most racists can't really make good music.
I think everyone's kind of racist.
Well, there used to be a band I used to listen to. It's called Blitzkrieg or whatever, Deutsch band. They were highly racist, and I was sad because their music sounded fucking awesome. It's just I'm fluent in German. I'm like, sorry guys, I don't really want to support a band that's all about Aryanism. Sorry guys, I gotta pull it off on this.
See, that's why I don't. I mean, I downloaded all the Ian Stewart stuff. I'm not gonna buy it, but I downloaded it.
I just listen to them on YouTube. I try to fucking remember their band name. I'm not. It's God damn it.
So if a band says something you don't agree with, you're allowed to steal their music.
I didn't say that at all.
Yes, that's what I think. Yes.
The fuck are you saying?
Okay.
Oh, Elliot.
Well, okay, Scott. Why would you want to support a band with ideas that you don't agree with?
Why listen to it?
Because it's good music, but the ideas are fucking stupid. Well, okay. So if it's good music, but you don't really feel like supporting the KKK, you just shouldn't listen to the band that is good music, and you should be shot if you listen to the band. Oh, yeah, you're oppressing me, Scott.
If the band's lyrics are, if you don't support what they say, but you like their music, you'll find another one that you also like the sound. You also like the sound and the lyrics. There's millions of bands out there.
Shit! What an idea.
Except I can't
Oh, only the racist make good
because I can't find something that
Dude,
has
the
the
German,
yeah.
the 70s and 80s German punk rock scene is filled with not neo-Nazi fucking bands, but look,
Actually, it's mostly filled with left-wing bands.
I
At
found
least the ones I know.
I found Obvart, I found Sarah Mines Einsvie, I found Bettigung, which they're kind of metal now. They're kind of
Chaos
Illuminati
Z,
metal.
Vorkriegsfest. But
But
yeah, so we'll see.
Stomper 98, they're Nazis.
Quit being a pain in the ass, Scott. Quit
Well,
fucking
no,
up.
you're just kind of retarded.
Elliot
Why?
said he wanted to fucking get Metallica's newest album and test it on air, and then
I said
I'm
Iron
not
Maiden.
retarded. I'm not retarded. I'm just being ideal, and which is
No.
kind of retarded.
Okay, guys. Why would you support a band whose lyrics you completely disagree with, and whose singer's dead? So the band's. Why would you support a band, but you really like them? But you enjoy the music.
coming
But
from
you
some,
know,
I'm gonna cut you off right there. Cutting from somebody who knows a lot about the internet and coding and all that. Did you know that whenever you download an album, you actually are supporting it, whether you're buying it or not? Because when you download it, it shows that that media has been moved, and the uploader's like, hey, I should keep this up
You know,
because it's moving.
I bet that's going to become more and more and more true as Google and all these other big wig companies get more of a
Sony
lockdown.
got fucking pissed off when the interview that the North Korea movie was getting pirated because millions and billions of copies of it were being pirated. It was getting bigger. That movie was getting more attention.
okay,
So piracy
good.
does the same thing as sales.
but I'm not giving them my money, am I?
But you're still getting them bigger. You're still
But I
making
gave
it
Nate
move.
It's what you're doing then.
Little
is
ti-
What
What's
you're
that?
doing, eventually, what that's going to turn into is Spotify on a grand, huge multimedia platform.
But I
Let's
gave
say
Nate
Timmy-
my money.
Let's say Timmy McBiggs is the one that uploaded the fucking file. Timmy McBiggs sees that some dude in California did it, and then all of a sudden a few others do it. And so well, maybe I'm gonna, since these guys are downloading this shit, I'm gonna put it on 6 other sites. All of a sudden, that band is branching out, and and congratulations, you supported them.
Well,
That's-
Screwdriver's already a big.
Dude,
Nazi
I used to
band
do that
anyway,
with
so it doesn't-
when I first listened to punk rock, and I had no idea about buying shit. When I listened to a Demented Youth and Know Them, like in this area alone, because a lot of us used to media share, rapid share, and LimeWire and all that shit. I without even telling people about it, when I listened to all them bands, like I'd listen to NoFX and Green Day and Billy Talent and all them, I'd be downloading that shit, and nobody in class even knew about it. Like once I started really downloading it, and it came up in the suggested files, people were like, other people started listening to it.
Well, see, that doesn't happen with me because I don't have an account. I don't have an account, and I don't have.
That's what we were debating earlier, Elliot. This is part of what you might think you're getting away with something, but these motherfuckers who control YouTube, Google.
Why do you think I stopped pirating?
Companies got a lockdown on this shit, and they want you to think you're getting away with something, but you're not.
Why do you think I stopped pirating a long time ago?
Care if I'm getting away with it. That's not the point. That's as far away from the point as you can possibly make it.
What I'm trying to say is, regardless if you're paying for it, you're still fucking supporting the artist. Regardless if you pay for it or not, you're still supporting it. You're still getting them out there.
And I made it clear.
Maynard Keenan said this a long time ago.
Let me finish my sentence.
I
made it clear because I commented, Anarcha, once again you interrupt me.
You're not making any valid points.
I even commented. You're not making any
Just say what you're
going
to say. Just say what you're going to say.
Because you have no idea what you're fucking talking about, Anarcha.
Just say what you're going to say, Elliot. God damn.
Fucking say it,
man. I even left a comment on the fucking file saying, yeah, like the music, shame about the lyrics, that's why I'm not buying it. And also, by the way, Screwdriver, it doesn't really matter if they get big or not, because Ian Stewart's been dead for 22 years. So they're not making any music, because...
Let me tell you where I stand on art, all of it. Maynard Keenan said this a long time ago. If you don't like even one part of our music, burn it. Throw it in the fucking trash. We don't want you. We don't want you here. If you don't like even one smidgen of what we do, fuck off.
There is another type of pirate
Well,
out
he's
there.
an
which
egotistical fuck with then.
I used to do this shit all the time, and I still
Don't you
do,
understand
but,
what he's saying, though?
Yeah, I get what he's saying. But
I'm
Scott,
beyond criticism, and I'm Mr.
No,
Artsy.
that's not what he's saying. He's saying, fine, you don't like us, then go.
No, he's not saying fine. You don't like us, then go.
that's exactly what he's saying.
Exactly
No.
what the fuck he's saying.
Damn.
No, it isn't, guys. If you like, you need to stop reading into it. He's saying, basically,
We're not.
No, you're the one
Basically-
reading into it, dude.
no, because what he's saying is, if you criticize us, then you should burn the music and go away. Because if you don't like anything, we have to like everything we do, or you can't like the music.
He's saying, don't pretend to like something you don't like.
No, that's not what he's saying.
There's-
What the fuck, dude?
Or
Okay,
if you just
whatever
got the
then. Dude, Scott, there's a fucking huge trend of this shit on, at least on YouTube, though.
Or if
Like,
you
this
just
is
got
the-
the quote wrong, because what you said was, quote, if you don't like even one smidgen of what we do, burn it. Meaning to me, you have to like 100% of what we do, or you're not allowed to like us anymore. Which I think is a
See,
horrible.
you added a lot to that. That you're
No,
not allowed to.
That's what you said.
It was
that's
the
what you
hyperbolic point in saying, if you look at the Mona Lisa painting and you don't like the way her smile looks, then you're probably not going to like the fucking rest of the painting.
But
Like-
what if you do? I mean, Tool is the wrong band to say that, because I like their rock songs, but I can't stand their pretentious ambient pieces. So what? I'm not allowed to like Tool now. Okay. See, that's the thing. If people
That's
would
not
just
what he was
speak,
saying, though.
well, maybe he should just learn to speak English and not be all hyperbolic, because then he wouldn't be misunderstood. Oh no, wait, he's an art.
Hyperbolic, that's art, dude. That's...
Fuck art.
You know what's funny as shit, though? Is
Fuck
that
art.
I'm surprised Elliot doesn't do this, because there's like millions who pirate that do this. You know how on YouTube you can go like type in Dead Kennedys, Fresh Fruit, full album, and listen to it on. There's a lot of pirators out there, which I do this too, but I buy the album before I do it because I actually contact the record label and the band and say, hey, can I put this on YouTube to promote you? And they're like, yeah, sure, why not? But there's a lot of people who they'll literally, and it's mainly to get views and shit, but they'll find a band, they'll listen to it somehow, they'll pirate the album, then they'll upload it to YouTube, and they're like, well, I don't want to support them. I'm like, you just put it on fucking YouTube.
Well,
That's like
okay.
the best
You know
way
what,
to
though?
support 'em.
YouTube's getting to the point now where
It's a radio
you're not pirating anything on there.
No, well, I listened to full albums on YouTube to see if I I remember listening to the full cover Witchcraft album, which I bought, by the way, because I really liked the band. First of all, Anarchy, I have no idea how to upload videos on YouTube. Second of all, I don't pirate everything. I buy things if I really like them. But I mean, I bought Burzum albums, and Varg's a racist. But
The most recent album that I've actually pirated, which this weekend or in about 3 days I'm gonna buy it. Lourdes Juice's Carpe Diem. The reason why I pirated it, because I don't live in Japan, and in order for me to get that, I need to live there. But I actually have befriended the rapper on Facebook, and I told him like, hey, is there a way that I can get a physical copy of this because I can't find it on the internet? He's like, which country you live in? USA. He's like, well, that's why. Like, he's like, I haven't released outside of Japan. I'm like, well, can I buy it somehow? He's like, he gave me a link. He's like, just download it for right now and then talk to me later.
See, the thing is, I don't have money to go out and buy a bunch of albums. Okay.
Dude, albums are like $10 to $20 each. Sometimes like $7.95.
Yes, 10 to $20. Meaning, if you want 5 albums, that's $100.
The music I listen to, however, is about 40
Well,
to 60
a
bucks
pound
per
of
album.
meat is like
Yeah,
pound of
you
hamburger's like $10, and
You
if
know,
I
just-
want 5 pounds, that's $50.
You
Meaning
just-
to buy Bad Religion's discography is anywhere between
Why would you
160.
want to? You see, with me on that, I don't get discographies because I usually I started with How Could Hell Get Any Worse in the EP, and then I'm now to Descent of Man and True North. I mean, I buy them as they come out. I don't
Dude,
understand.
you see pictures of metalheads showing off their CD collections. God damn! Some of
I
these
like-
motherfuckers got goddamn entire buildings full of fucking CDs.
I used to, and then it got ripped off. Okay, I used to, and it all got
that's-
stolen.
That's the only reason why I emulate video games, because I had over 1,500 games on my shelf, and
But also-
one day they're gone.
But also, I like discographies because I like to hear how bands flow. I like
Yeah,
to hear how things
I agree.
change, and I like. But you know what? If you're gonna blame me for pirating things because I spent thousands of dollars on records and they got stolen,
You know
I
what?
don't really
If
care.
you
I
actually,
There needs to be an easier line of communication between record fucking companies and their customers. Because if you explained that, hey, I bought this shit, and somebody fucking ripped it off,
I don't
I-
actually, I don't have a lot of receipts for my old shit, but on my Facebook account, if I ever, but the chances of Sega, which is God to me, the chances of them getting onto me for that, I'll be like, I would just submit them about 20 to about 500 pictures and say, all right, here's a picture of every single game that I've ever purchased. Okay, you're good.
yeah, it's smart to do that kind of shit nowadays.
Well, I used to kind of show them off anyway. I was like, hey, you guys, look, I got the new game.
For friends, like for friends, I was like, hey, look, could you please send me a link or something so I can rebuy it? And they're just like, because I got it ripped off, and they're just like, look, we'll send you the CD for free because yeah, you already bought it, and you didn't even have to buy it. We would have given it to you for free anyway, but whatever.
Fucking Alternative Tentacles, though, this was like a year ago when my Joel Biafra No More Cocoons spoken word, his very first one, was
I
stolen,
could never find that.
was stolen from me. And I actually bought this from Alternative Tentacles. I called them, I'm like, because I was friends with one of the dudes there. I'm like, yeah, he knows, he's like, dude, you sound like kind of depressed, what's up? You know, someone stole my No More Cocoons. He's like, what? Holy fucking shit! He's like, yeah, he's like, hey, don't worry about it. He's like, another one's coming your way. I'm like, you don't have to fucking do. That's a $50 record.
Dude.
Don't fucking worry about it.
If I caught somebody trying to steal 1,500 games, I would shoot their ass.
They did. Well, people ask me how it happened because they're like, that's a huge number. They were in boxes and I was about ready to move, and during that week, I was never really at the house that I was staying at. That's how it happened. I wasn't there really. As if I would have woken up to that, oh my fuck, this motherfucker would have got violent.
So
Whenever
part
I
of
buy
my
a
whole-
house, I want to put up a sign that says, please break in. I would love the opportunity to kill you legally.
There's
but
hold
what
on,
I'm saying,
Elliot.
part of the reason why I pirate a lot of albums is, like I said, they're albums that I used to buy, that I used to have. Some I buy, and I'm not gonna update my collection to the fullest because I just don't have the money. I mean, I'm buying albums that I care about, but a lot of them I'm just like, you know what, I can't. I just.
But
And if that makes me a bad person, then I'm gonna rot
It
in
doesn't make
hell.
you a bad person, but to play the devil here, if someone has their jewelry stolen and they don't have insurance on it, do they get free jewelry?
nope. Well, it depends on the jewelry.
That's a really dick thing to say in light of what you just said. But
Hey, Scott, before I forget what I'm gonna say here, the reason I emulate right now, which you know what emulation is, don't you?
yes,
The reason I
You know what
emulate is because, like, for right now, on my YouTube channel,
I know what immolation is.
on my YouTube
Hey,
channel,
that's fun.
on a Scared Peasant, I'm playing a game called Soul Blazer. Once I had it in box. That game is about $150. I had Earthbound, which is about $300. I have the entire Mega Man collection, which those games are $50 to $150 each. I had Secret of Mana, which is about $100. Many of the RPGs that I had were over the triple digits, and as of right now, especially because I'm trying to move with Elliot and them, I don't have the money to buy all that shit. I had over 300 to 500 RPGs that I spent high dollar on, and that's
Dude.
why some of them I've rebought.
I only have a handful of games like that. Like I had Demon's Crest for Super Nintendo.
Oh shit!
That motherfucking game, it is not only badass. Now it's worth like $200 to $300 to $400 or $500.
Nice.
I have Mother
It's gone now.
instead
You
of
were talking
stole my
about
shit.
instead of
Maynard
Earth.
saying,
Instead
something
of Earthbound
hyperbolic
now, though, I have Mother 2, which is the original Japanese version.
for art.
Dude, I literally just about fucking quit gaming when I was robbed. I was like, which was funny, they never took any of my consoles. They just took my video games.
Have you ever played
yeah.
Demon's Crest?
Yeah, I've played it before.
God damn, that fucking game is awesome.
But you're talking about Maynard saying something hyperbolic for art or whatever, and I have to tell you, I'm very anti-art.
Why?
Why?
I
That's
don't view
stupid.
I don't view my music as art. I view it as noise that I do because I'm bored. I don't view I don't view my radio show as art.
He's
I view
so
it as
artsy, it's not even art, bro.
I don't I hate those people who
You know
think
what,
that.
though? You know what, though?
You sound like a hipster.
Maynard is a wanker. He is a fucking wanker.
Well, I mean, okay, look, it's the way he said it. Like, because what I would say is a lot more straightforward.
He's a fucking dick. He's a fucking dick, dude. He is. The way he trolls all his fans when he's in an interview. Like, there was this one bitch who asked him why he has to dress like a woman. Were you making fun of women? And he's like, no. He totally trolled her. Like, you could tell he was just trolling her. And he got her to get on his side again because he's a fucking dick like that.
But yeah,
like-
I don't know. It's just the way he says things, and it's like, well,
He's
okay.
a wanker, dude. He is.
Well, why were
Absolutely.
you defending him then?
I'm not defending him. I'm defending what he said. I kind of agree with it. If you don't like
at all.
something, fuck it in the ass until it dies.
Well, what if we like certain parts of something but we don't like others? Like,
Well, then chop those parts off and throw the rest away.
Legit.
well, that's what I do.
Oh,
Except,
Elliot, here's a good one for you real
There
quick.
you go, man.
Elliot, here's an idea real quickly. I like Billy Talent. Scott, you can laugh at me all you want. Their albums, I like quite a few of their songs. However, there's some songs they did and I'm just like, yeah, I don't even want to own this because I don't like it. You know what I do? Unless I want to buy the CD or the record, which I actually have the records and CDs of these, but whatever. Digital versions, I'm like, well, I don't want this on my iPad because if I'm riding a bike and walking down the street, I don't want to end up having to pull that fucker out of my pocket and hit the next button. I buy select songs.
see, I don't do that.
Oh my God.
I see, like with Tool, I don't have anything, and
So what
I
you're
need to
saying
get their
is
demo.
So you're
You know
willing
what
to listen?
always pissed me off about Tool? Is they will use, out of a 60-minute record, they will use like 10 minutes for stupid bullshit. Like,
But
like
see, the
Message to Harry Manback. I never listened to that. I never, ever, ever, ever listened to that. Ever. It shouldn't be on the record.
I don't have so. I mean, because see, the thing is, I like a lot of metal and punk, and usually usually if I like a band, it's because their albums are good from beginning to end. It's usually
How the
not
fuck is that creepy?
song by song. It's usually like Cannibal Corpse. If they had like one song on an album, I don't think I'd listen to them. I have plenty of bands who, like, oh god, what was that one band? That one death metal band? That one fucking what was that? Like
Oh, you having
Obituary.
problems there?
mental problems. Like Obituary. I like certain songs, but most of them, So I don't
God
care.
damn it. Fucking headphones.
But Cannibal Corpse, I like most of their songs that they do. Well, I like all their songs, but I love most of their songs. So I get their discography. I used to have their discography. The only thing I did download was the box set, 13-Year Killing Spree, because I only wanted the third disc because it was the rare disc. The first two were greatest hits, and I hate greatest hits albums.
Man,
Yet
There's
never
only-
mind.
There's only one member of Vaginal Aftershock that if I actually that had a problem with it at first, but now he's like whatever. But there's only one member of the band that is completely anti-piracy, and he's anti-piracy because he used to be cool as fuck, but now he's the corporate rich guy, and he wanted to charge like a $25 per each album. But I'm
That's
like,
too much.
dude, that's retarded.
Actually, that is a great advertisement for piracy.
That's why we kicked him out of the band, because
See,
plus he really couldn't sing that well. So
See, I'm whatever. I do my own thing, but here's the thing: I'm pro-choice. If you want to pirate stuff, pirate your damn heart out. If you don't want to pirate stuff, don't pirate your damn
you
heart
should
out.
become a judge then.
But don't force. But don't.
Elliot, what you need to start doing, because only when you do this will that opinion of your opinion matter. What you need to do is go around town, go around Los Angeles, and get a petition going to make legal piracy.
No.
That
Sorry.
wasn't that fucking funny, Scott.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. That was really.
I couldn't hear you because Scott was laughing. So what were you saying about piracy? Get a petition to say what?
Make it legal. Get people rallied up and try to
I
get
don't care
Congress
if
to
it's
change
legal or
law.
not. I don't care if it's legal. I don't care if drugs are legal
What
or
I'm
not.
trying to say is your opinion on it doesn't matter. It's the United States government.
And yours does?
No, it doesn't. But I'm just saying, mine's more logical because I'm saying if you want that shit to be matter, make it legal.
I don't care if it matters or not. I'm saying my personal opinion. This is called the internet, Anarcha. This isn't the fucking court
This
of
isn't
public opinion.
Congress.
No,
Yeah.
This is the internet. Lighten up. Lighten up.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you fucking dork.
Yeah, dork.
Suck
Sir,
a
I
dick.
don't care. I don't care what Congress thinks. I don't care what the U.S. government thinks. I care what Elliot Lindenmuth thinks because I am me.
I am me.
I am not
Bitch.
you. So my thing is, I am pro-choice. If you want to, I don't give a shit if it's legal or not. I honestly couldn't care less if it's
If the
legal or not.
FBI showed up at your door tomorrow and said you're under arrest for piracy,
I'd say, okay, whatever.
I'm sure you would.
I would shit myself if the FBI showed up at my house like that. Because there's nothing you could do. Yeah, you could try shooting, but you're done, dude. If your federal agents are after your ass, you're done.
You see, I used to be afraid of that back in like 2010, that they were gonna bust me. It's been 5 years.
You know why? It's going back to something Anarcha said earlier. They're tightening up all the fucking loose ends. It's becoming
Whatever.
okay, but they are like
As long as I don't get busted, I don't give a shit.
they might be making it legal because, like Anarcha said, if they can track all the IDs and shit, and
I have a buddy who's an intermediate coder, and he's said this before, and this floats in the boat with drug dealers. And I'm gonna actually use the drug dealers case so that's easier to talk about. Hey, Mr. FBI agent, who you gonna arrest? You gonna arrest me for smoking on this toke? You gonna arrest Bob over there for selling 90 fucking pounds of it a day? So I'm gonna arrest Bob. He's fucking getting the shit out there. Hey, FBI agent, who you gonna arrest? Me for downloading the album, or who you gonna arrest that dude over there for putting it out? Oh, I'm gonna arrest him for putting it out there. They
Well,
arrest
yeah,
the fucking uploader, not the downloader anymore.
They don't even arrest the uploader. They go after the site itself, like Pirate Bay. They
Pirate Bay
rated-
keeps resurfacing though.
Yeah, I know.
That's why they're. Do you,
That's
Elliot?
the only solution is what Anarcha said earlier.
Do
The
you know
only
why-
solution.
Do you know why Spotify
The
exists?
only, the only solution is what? What's the only solution?
For those record companies to track where it all goes so they can see that this piece of media went from this IP to that IP. And that would create a kind of like radio, where this many people heard it, so we're going to put advertising along with it. That's where shit like Spotify came from.
That's
see,
the only
okay,
reason it
okay,
exists.
see, my thing is, guys, my thing is, like I said, my thing is, I don't care. I don't care if it's legal or not. I don't care. I don't even care if Scott thinks I'm a horrible person for doing it and he wants to kill me. I really don't think so because I think he's got bigger things to do. My thing is it's all about personal choice. I choose to do it. What I don't like is when, like, because I've actually had people who are more extreme than Scott sending me, like, 15 pages of why I'm a horrible person for pirating. And I sent them pages of records I bought that got stolen.
No, I'm imagining that most of the bigger bands, most of them, are probably like, I don't agree with it, but there's nothing we could do to stop it, so whatever.
And Jello Biafra's going, he bought my album. He listened to it on YouTube, but he bought my album.
Yeah, I agree with the test drive thing.
You do
I test drive.
you do know that on YouTube and Spotify, whenever you listen to something, the actual artist gets paid for it.
Yes, they do. Very
I know.
very little, but yeah.
Google AdSense, buddy.
And besides Scooter, I'm going to call you Scooter from now on if I'm annoyed at you.
Okay.
Okay, Scooter? Besides Scooter, do you know where the bands get most of their money from?
Touring.
And do you know what I enjoy doing?
Touring,
No, going to live shows, you dick.
touring with the band.
Touring with the band. So yeah, I enjoy going live, and I usually buy a shirt if the band's good, or even buy something from them directly. But I mean, that you know, whatever. Fucking, I pirate, and if
You
you
know
don't
what?
like it,
Bands don't do a good enough job of, like, if you buy direct, there needs to be a little extra. Put your finger up my butt, dude. Come on, tickle my pickle.
usually there is. I've gotten like free 7-inches from bands who are like, oh thanks, here's your free 7-inch. I'm like, what?
You got 7-inch up the butt.
But see, that's what I like about Scott. Is like I said, we can debate, even though I think he's retarded.
You got a 7-inch up the butt. It's no problem.
But see, I'm all it's the way I feel about abortion. I'm all about personal choice. But like I said, I've had people sending me pages of why I'm immoral for pirating music, and I'm just like, dude, don't you have anything better to do than send me pages about that I shouldn't pirate? Maybe like, I don't know, end world hunger, and then we'll start talking about this.
Never gonna happen.
If you end world hunger, cure cancer, AIDS, and improve the illiteracy rate in the country by 70%, then you could start lecturing me about pirating music, okay?
I got an
idea.
idea. NASA needs to go capture a big enough fucking rock in space
Oh God.
to just launch at the planet, and then we'll have world peace.
Okay, but I didn't say world peace. I said world hunger. Okay, Scott. Scott.
You could cure world. You could cure world hunger by killing
Playboy.
everyone.
Yeah.
You
So
can hear a lot of shit
Scott,
about that. What?
Scott, Annika,
What?
until you do all those things that I mentioned, you cannot lecture me about pirating music.
I lecture you about pirating music every day. The more I send you messages, I don't care what you do.
You do right now.
I'm gonna lecture you
No,
until
dude,
You're
no.
just gonna start sending me messages
I'm just gonna lecture you until you die.
about anything.
Why don't you smoke
You're
cigarettes?
dead fucking
faggot?
wrong. All that I fucking said was, I originally refuted your point when you said that I don't
He
want.
defeated you.
I just want to.
No,
I just want to listen. If you're just like, I want to listen to him, but I don't want to. I don't want to buy. I don't want to support him. All I said was, by pirating it, you're still supporting it. That's all I fucking said. I didn't say.
I said give them money. I said give them money to try to support them.
Well, I said it was you supporting it. I
Hey.
don't care.
Hey.
I don't care what you do.
Hey,
Hey.
just
Hey.
because he's wrong, he thinks he has to be a little bitch about it.
Oh, calm down, you little pussy. You can handle it.
What gonna fight for me for? Quit
I'm just
fighting
bored.
at me.
That's the only reason I'm trying to debate with you guys, because I'm bored
It's fun.
and yeah, it is.
It is fun.
Oh,
People who
no.
can't fucking have a heated conversation without getting all fucking bitchy about it, fuck them. They don't
You have
count.
no idea.
They don't count.
You have no idea how lighthearted I'm being about this.
People who
You're hungry.
can't do it, like they run away, they don't count for fucking shit. You know
No.
what sucks though?
I'm hungry.
The same bigger YouTube people that are notorious for being pussies, yet people watch the fuck out of them.
Because they're entertaining.
No, they're not.
They're not though.
I watch Smoshing them because I find them entertaining.
God, I want to kill you.
Can you, while you're telling me, can you rub my dick out? I'm kind of horny right now.
Yeah, I hear
Um,
that's the way to go. Like,
there goes
mean,
lots
if you're
of my
gonna get murdered, you want one of those motherfuckers.
I mean, Scott. I mean,
You-
you're
You want what you
you're
want
kind
is a sexual predator.
I mean, Scott, you're kind of cute, so it'd be an awesome way of going out, get rubbed out by you, you know.
You know what?
What you want is a pervert who's gonna jerk you off as they're slitting your throat.
You know what?
Dude, I would
I've
be up for
made
that.
a decision. I will no longer justify anything I do or say to anyone ever, not even you. I'm just
I
gonna
like
do
how
it.
this-
If you don't like it,
I like
suck
how
my
this
dick.
time Scott's not even getting weirded out by me hitting on him.
Because it
Why would he?
doesn't fucking bother. I got a fucking wife and kid, dude.
I know.
They could join in. Oh, what?
Oh no, really funny.
Dude,
Not the
thinking
kid,
about my girlfriend joining in on anything that is not my dick. It's not offensive to me. I don't think it's in her. like, I said that about girls before, but like I tried talking to her in a threesome, and it was just no. Even with another chick.
That's the thing. I mentioned that I was interested in a girl, and Anika's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I called her cute," and I'm like, I don't care if you call her cute. Why would that bother me? I honestly, whatever. You didn't say, "Hey, babe, I want to stick it in you."
I'm horny as fuck.
Actually,
right
if you would have said that, I would have laughed.
I'm horny as fuck right now. That's how to spoil any conversation. If you just want to get out of a conversation, just say you're horny as fuck right now.
No, Scott, Scooter.
Yo.
I have an idea. Go into a room with like a bunch of people, okay, and just be silent for 5 minutes, and then when there's like a lull in the conversation, go, "That was a good orgasm."
No. You gotta go. Oh fuck yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah.
See,
Fuck yeah!
that's being too obvious though.
No, and then you gotta smash something. Like,
And you're not subtle enough.
because sex isn't supposed to be subtle. What kind of sex are you having?
Dude,
I'm not talking about sex. Just walking in,
like right now.
just sitting there randomly,
Right,
and after just go, "Oh, that was good."
Scott, right now,
Then just watch people.
I really wish I had a girl here with me because right now I would totally fuck on live. I would.
Get a chick in here. Just get some random chick.
I'm gonna start calling Annika the TMI guy because everything he says.
Is it really TMI?
Says,
Is it?
everything?
Not
Are
really.
you not okay with him being horny?
You can get all that on TV and more, so it's not really.
I thought you weren't
TMI.
going to justify anything anymore.
I don't really want to think about him being horny. Kind of.
He is
make
though,
me-
and he's your friend.
I'm
Why
No,
aren't
he's
you
not.
taking care of it?
I'm
Eric.
Elliot, I'm highly horny.
You know what? That makes me never want to have sex again.
I am so horny right now that I'm like about to blow up on my sheets.
Okay, I'm gonna be abstinent for life now.
I should just rub it out, man. And, oh yeah.
So anyway, I'm just gonna mute myself here. You guys are all a bunch of idiots, and I think you should all die and go to hell. I'm not even listening to you guys. I've actually muted you guys right now.
It's not even art though, bro. He's just expressing himself through noises.
Okay. I hate life right now.
Quit. I give up.
I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to kill myself, Scott.
Good, then I won't have to do it.
Don't worry, it's not on. It's
Fuck.
not on camera, so Metal Gear's not gonna you're gonna get striked.
No, he's not on Metal Gate.
This
He's
is
on.
a throwaway.
Oh,
He's on my throwaway account. That's why there's 2 Elliot Lindemoods here.
no, there's not. There's only one.
Yeah, there is.
There's
Fucking
two in the
stupid
moods.
ass. Fucking stupid ass.
Quit jerking off and read. Can't even read.
No shit, stare at the ceiling.
If he
Why are
was
we
as
wa-
horny, if he was as literate as he was horny,
Is what now?
if he was as literate as he was horny,
Who's to say which is better?
Horny.
I'd rather read than whack off.
Not really, because the more you whack off, the less chance you have of like cancer and other bullshit like that. So
Okay.
prostate cancer.
Really, dude? Really? Like, really?
And
You're gonna
and
get cancer anyways.
It feels better.
Apparently, you've been reading the Daily Mail.
The fuck
By the way,
is that?
Facebook causes cancer.
All of it
Aw.
causes cancer, man.
That water,
Everything-
that fucking water I
Everything
drink earlier caused
causes
cancer, man. It was like,
cancer.
whoa.
Cancer is humanity's checkmate.
Oh.
We need people who like metal on Metalgate.
No, but there was one show that Vaginal Aftershock did, and it was up in Kansas City, I believe, and guitarist is over there. He was kind of we were talking to the crowd for a moment, then we started to play, and we're like, dude, what's wrong? He's like, dude, this girl just showed me her tits, and my dick is like burning hot now, and it's dripping. I'm like,
Dude, it takes so much more for me to get horny than fucking some stupid bitch show me her tits. Really, honestly.
I can get horny. I can get horny through voice. So
don't worry, one day when I actually get a girlfriend in here, I will fuck her on live, and then you will have that.
There'll be a live stream of it.
Well, I won't show it, but you'll hear the sounds.
oh great, that's what I want. That's what I want.
You get views.
But I don't know. Has that ever been done?
I think I would rather Annika honestly rather have Jeremy and Wolf King talking about YouTubers I couldn't care less about.
Dude, creepy shit happening on the. Gross.
Gross. So what are we gonna argue? What are we gonna argue about now? What are we gonna argue about now?
Let's argue about
Jazz and blues.
We've done politics. We've done politics. Grindcore.
Which is better, jazz or blues?
jazz.
They both suck.
Which
Jazz.
is better?
Jazz, bitch.
Which sucks less?
Jazz.
Blues, because at least it has the devil in it.
They both have the devil in it.
You know what?
Yeah, but blues has more devil.
At often I wonder to myself, I really kind of.
Plus,
dude.
the blues depresses. The blues is about depression. Emo bands could really learn from the blues, honestly.
Dude,
There's a. Did you see that Metalocalypse where they learn the blues?
Yes, I did.
The train coming
Smoke
down the
a joke,
train
bro.
path blues.
dude.
I even did. I even did because I did. Like when you're little, you make that weird voice. I even did the blues devil. I'm the blue devil.
Yeah.
There's so many times when I've this fans have it be a hermaphrodite because you can have someone on top of you to suck your dick and then just shoving a fucking dildo up your vagina. Oh my god.
Once again, things I
Why
didn't
are
really
you?
want to hear.
Why are you telling me?
Yeah.
What about me?
Once again, things I didn't really want to hear.
Do you want to know?
No.
Do I want to know? I mean,
No.
I don't care to know.
Oh, you do.
I honestly don't want to know. I mean, I would rather know what you just told me.
See, I personally, I don't give a shit if someone's a fucking weirdo like that. I don't give a fuck. But
I don't care.
What I want to know is why you felt comfortable telling me.
Oh, I'll just say that to get you guys' attention.
Oh, you fucking little whore. You little bitch. You little
Yeah.
fucking whore.
Yeah,
You little
I
slut.
wasn't. It wasn't directed at you, obviously. No.
You're a slut, dude.
I love you too, baby.
See, I keep my inner thoughts like that to myself. I mean, I could go on about fetishes and shit.
No, see, you got to find someone who's into the same fetishes as you are.
Oh, I'll never do it.
I'm slowly trying to get I'm trying to fuck my girlfriend, listening to really dark black something metal, but it's slow. It's happening slow.
What does she listen to?
Fucking regular ass mainstream pop music.
See, I'll never find anyone with the same fetishes because they would be alive,
How do you two get along so well?
Who, me and my girlfriend?
Or me and Scott, because I don't know the answer to either.
No, him and his girlfriend. I'm more interested in that one.
Oh, so two people have two different tastes in music. They just obviously can't get fucking along. Nope. Really, dude? Really? How do we get along?
For me, music is my life, so it's a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I've never dated anyone who likes metal or punk, so.
I'm kind of.
Dude, if that is what connects two people, fine. But honestly, that's pretty shallow.
I'm in love with a girl that
You've never.
likes bands like Aerosmith and stuff like that, which I can get into that if I try hard enough.
If that's the only thing that's gonna hold two people together.
Well, no, of course, not the only thing, but I honestly would like to once date a girl who at least knows the same music, because
would
you have no
like-
idea.
I would like to date the same girl who's me, but a girl. But
I wouldn't. Because
well, that's
could you imagine me trying to get along with myself?
I think it would work perfectly.
I would hate myself. I would think I was
We heard it here first. He hates himself.
stuck up.
He hates himself.
Shut up, Scott. I would think I was a stuck up, egotistical, moronic, know-it-all prick. Okay? If I met myself, I would hate myself.
Himself.
Of course I
That's
would
gonna
hate
haunt-
myself. You all know. Everyone knows I hate myself.
Why?
You're so fucking egotistical.
Why? That's
Why?
like. It's like
Why
hating
not?
a small retarded child.
It's called self-deprecating humor.
It's like going up to an 8-year-old autistic kid and just smacking him.
Oh, fuck you, then.
Yay! Yay! Jokes.
I mean, no, seriously. If I met myself, if I met my exact duplicate in
Wouldn't
a
that be
girl,
fucking weird?
I would think she was an egotistical, know-it-all, sociopathic prick.
You know what the worst chick is?
Which is
The
exactly
worst
what
kind
I
of chicks. The worst kind of chicks are the ones who are gorgeous, but they suck. Like you can't handle them. You can't even be around them without getting pissed.
See, looks don't matter to me, so fuck off. But Scott, you have no idea.
The only bad part.
So
I can't
how,
even.
how important is music in your life?
It's pretty important.
Video games are.
Music is second to racing.
With
Without
me-
racing, I am
and-
not me. Without
Well-
music, I'm also not me.
Oh, god damn it. Fucking piece of shit zipper. Fuck you.
I
Ow.
cannot last-
He zipped his dick. He zipped. He
I
That
cannot-
zipped his dick.
I can honestly not last a day without music.
killed the buzz immediately. Okay, I'm not horny no more.
Yay.
But seriously, when it comes, well, I tried to roll over to fucking talk to the microphone, but my most important to me is probably JRPGs, then anime, then music.
It depends on the day. Some days I want
Time
to.
Squad.
Time Squad was the shit.
Fuck
But anyways,
yeah.
some days it's watching creepypastas. Other days it's listening to some crazy new metal band I haven't heard. Some other days it's reading a
Robot,
book.
dude.
Other
See,
days it's spending time with my fucking family.
You could take everything away from me. You could take the show. You could take reading. You could take politics away, which would be weird because music and politics, for some bands, so that would be. But you can't take racing music away. I am such a race fan. I have CDs with racing sounds on them from they record like Formula
Dude.
One.
That's
I-
fucking autistic as fuck right there.
I used to be such a fucking
off.
hardcore a live punk fanatic that there was a time when I went to California for the first time. The place that I lived in, out in the shack that I lived in, we didn't have internet out there. So what I fucking did was I went on to YouTube and I downloaded probably 500 to 1,000 live punk rock shows of my favorite bands. I burned them all onto CDs, and I loaded up about 5 or 10 fucking binders, and I still have them.
Yeah, I do that. I mean, I do that, but also
They've been better than
I'm such a music
You
fan.
know, there's some periods of my life too where I leave all this behind. Music, books, movies, all of it. I leave all of it behind, and I just
I
go
can't.
out into the world.
I can't. No matter where
And
I
I
am,
do
no
it.
matter what.
And I do it, and I've warned my family about this, and I do it on the spur of the moment, and I disappear. I have to do it every once in a while, otherwise I'll go crazy.
See, I'm the guy who
Dude, I
would
do that
have
all the
his.
time.
I'm the guy who will go out in the world and have his music with me. I'm the guy who will be sit there with my 2-month-old kid listening to Dark Throne.
I
You
haven't
know,
been doing that.
I am such a music fan, and people don't. I think people
Dude, let's
underestimate.
Let's talk some Dark Throne, because I
Yeah,
have
I need to get their discography back because once again it was stolen
Talk
from
some
me.
what?
okay, Dark Throne, black metal. Okay, I have two albums of theirs.
Death metal.
I've listened to Transylvanian Hunger and Blaze of the Northern Sky, and I know there's a pretty big gap there.
No, not that big.
It's not as big as their modern stuff,
You're
but
only missing on their Under a Funeral Moon, then you'd have the gap filled.
really,
Yeah,
is that true?
yeah. It goes. Well, Soulside Journey was the first one. That's the one was death metal. Then it's A Blaze of the Northern Sky, then Under a Funeral Moon, then Transylvanian Hunger. Then it's fucking. I think it's Panzerfaust next. I don't remember.
Okay, Soulside Journey 1990,
Yeah.
Under a Funeral Moon 93, Transylvanian Hunger 94,
I told you, in A Blaze of the Northern Sky is
Panzerfaust 95,
A Blaze of the Northern Sky is just after Soulside.
Total Death 96, Goat Lord 96.
That was their second album that they never released until then. A
Okay,
Blaze of the Northern Sky was just after Soulside Journey.
Ravishing Grimness, Plague
Yeah,
Wielder.
if you don't like their modern stuff, get everything up to The Cult is Alive.
This says, and I don't. That's not right. Hold on a second.
What
I got a
website are
call.
you on?
I got a call. Hold on.
Johnny Bravo.
Eh. So yeah, you guys are all idiots and I'm always right. Basically.
Okay.
That's what I say, man.
Okay.
All right. I know for sure this website's wrong.
What website are you on?
It's Spotify. I know it for sure it's wrong.
Metalarchives.com for all your discography needs, you dumb shit.
It's got to be wrong. This says
Yeah.
2003. What the fuck?
Reissue.
Why would it put the reissue date? Why?
I don't use Spotify, Scott. I don't know.
That's fucking stupid. Spotify has some serious problems they need to fix.
Well, I don't use it, so I don't really care. You suffer for it.
Anyway.
You suffer for it, and I laugh at you. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Sorry, I was itching my chin.
Yeah. Blaze in the Northern Sky. 92. Okay.
Well, I'm right.
Okay, that actually, I was confused, and now I'm not anymore. Because Blaze in the Northern Sky, I listened to it, and I fucking loved it. Like, when I had it in my car, and I just drove around listening to it. And by the time I got out of my car, I felt like I had a buzz. Like I took a drug, almost. It was weird fucking feeling. I did not get that with Transylvanian Hunger.
See, I got it with Transylvanian Hunger. That's usually the one that people think is their best album.
I got it with Blaze.
That's a good album, but Trance is just... I love the non-production of that album.
Transylvanian Hunger, and I'll have to listen to it again, maybe. Maybe I just was not in the right mood. But it seemed to me to be a little bit more chuggy. I don't know. Like, there was just more
you need to listen to it at night. Well, yeah, Trouble, because the production was non-existent. You need to listen to it at night.
I did.
Like at midnight.
Oh, because it's not like I don't get off work at 2:30 in the fucking morning.
Whatever. Did I ask for your opinion?
I got a better vibe off of Blaze of the Northern Sky. I just did.
It's a good album. Dark Throne was never my favorite black metal band anyway.
You know what, though? They are a great jump-off point. Someone who's never heard it before, what do you hand them? I mean, it's a good fucking starting point.
I actually hand them my first black metal album, which was the first Burzum album.
Is that a good starting point, though? Is that where you...
No.
Is that
No.
where you enter people into it? No.
No, but I just see. I'm mean. That's how I entered. So I just think it's actually, well, if you want to enter someone in, you give them like half baked like Dimmu Borgir crap. That's yes. That's
That's
beginner
like
black.
handing someone Reload for metal. Like,
That's beginner black metal.
I think Darkthrone is because they're the ones who listen to everything first and then put it into a nice package.
Oh, fuck
They
that.
were kind of trend hoppers.
Yeah. I mean, they did it right. I guess you could say.
I'm gonna fucking drop off here in a bit. I gotta go do some recordings.
All right.
You do that, Mr. Guy.
Mr. Guy.
Mr.
But
Guy.
my journey with black metal.
That sounds like something the Pixies would come up with.
Oh, fuck the Pixies.
You did it, I did.
Go away.
Calm down.
I am calm. I'm too calm because I'm really fucking tired.
Well, go to bed then, bitch. What's your problem?
I can't. Scott forces me to stay up with him because he doesn't like to be out alone at night. He's afraid of the monsters.
I do get freaked out, dude. I do.
I know. I know. That's. I was saying that. I was like, wait, there's some truth here.
I do.
My journey with black metal began at Burzum, and then it just kind of went everywhere. But I read about the early black metal scene and about all the murders and stuff, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't get into Darkthrone until later. And
What do you think about Emperor? I've only heard the one album, but I really liked it.
I like the first album and I like the EP before that. And you know what? I'm going to give Darkthrone's later stuff another listen. I know you don't like it, but I'm going to give it another listen
You
just
know what?
to see.
I don't know if I like it or not. The reason I said I didn't was because other metal elitists said they didn't, so I never gave it a chance.
Well, actually, that's weird because every metal fan I've talked to, when I say I didn't really like Dark, what are you talking about, man? Darkthrone, this stuff is great. It's like, okay.
You know, that's got to be fanboyism, though. We're not talking fanboyism.
See, I think it's a new genre. Just divorce yourself from the lyrics. They're retarded, but don't approach it as black metal. Approach it as whatever it is. You know, and they changed because they were tired of how.
I think there's an interesting theory that Razor Fist actually kind of pointed out, and I noticed it before I heard what Razor Fist had to say. And when I watched Until the Light Takes Us, Fenriz seemed out of it, like he was bothered by his legacy or something. Like he knew he could never.
I don't think he wanted a legacy.
I really think that because what did it for me, what made me think that, it was kind of there, but when he had this interview on the phone with some magazine or something, he way overreacted to when she said, I heard you guys calm down a little bit. He got all defensive and was like, no, all I could think about is killing myself. It reminded me of Toki from Death Clock. It really did.
I know Fenris a little bit. I mean, I've never spoken to him, but I think he was just acting. I think he was just acting to fucking take the piss. Because he would do that. He's done that before.
I don't know.
Think he was acting.
He seemed bothered, dude. He seemed bothered.
See, the thing Darkthrone with me... I think he just died. The thing Darkthrone with me is
Fenris just killed his ass.
I don't think he wanted a legacy. I don't think they wanted a quote legacy unquote. And I think they looked
they have it.
I think they looked at what the black metal scene was and they were like, we created this. I mean, nowadays
it's awful.
It's so safe.
Can you even tolerate these fuckheads nowadays? Like the one guy who sits there with a fucking wine glass and everything is Satan. The answer to everything. What's 2 plus 2?
He was in one of my favorite bands. Well, I mean, that was cool on Metal Headbanger's Journey. I love that one when he was just like, What does black metal mean for you?
Satan.
Yeah, I mean that was cool, but knowing him a little bit, knowing the people he worked with,
What's
He
your
was in
favorite
one-
fast food? Satan.
but knowing the people he worked with, King of Hell. But I mean, he looked
What was
at
it
it.
like to work for King of Hell? Satan.
Oh, King of Hell's a fucking poser. And Dark Fenris even said, if it, of course it's King of Hell, OV Hell, because OV just looks so metal. Behemoth used that so many, but Fenris even said about King of Hell, if he's black metal, we're not black metal anymore. Because I mean, you look at the new people coming in, and I agree with Burzum. After Varg, after the whole murder thing, you had the black metal scene was kind of magical and kind of it kind of had its own little cultish aspect. And after '93, you had all these bands jumping on to the media stereotype of black metal.
Yeah.
Of what it should be. So I mean, nowadays, of course, it's so safe
My
to like black.
favorite, and I still am not efficient with black metal, but so far my favorite period is '89, leading up to the murder of the church burnings,
Yeah.
and a little bit after that.
But
That is
what I'm saying,
that's the most volatile, exciting.
let's
stuff.
look at black metal today. Let's just look at black metal today. Well, you have Dimmu Borgir, who's selling millions of albums, and even Demi Lovato like Dimmu Borgir. Although she claims she doesn't like metal anymore because she was thinking negative thoughts, and so she decided to not like metal.
That's
She's some pop star. So and then we have all these hipster black metal. It's become so safe to like black metal. Even the indie pop singer who plays black, it's so safe now.
Dude, it was so tough learning the ropes in black metal. It's like because you want to think that maybe it survived, but it didn't.
I'm not saying it didn't survive. Somewhere.
It didn't, though, did it? I mean, I'm sure if you look hard enough.
Somewhere
If you look hard
Deep.
enough, it's there.
deep.
Right now, in some
Deep.
disheveled basement, there is some weird motherfuckers cutting each other open, taking acid, writing music. Right. It's happening for sure somewhere.
Or the guy who raped his girlfriend with a tattoo gun.
Yeah, that shit's going on. But
And now you've got depressive black metal, which I just don't like. It's not my thing.
I like
It's
the
supposed-
you
It's
got
supposed
that
to drive
guy
people to
hipster
commit
black
suicide.
metal. That guy hipster black metal making fun of like liturgy and what's the other fucking one that won them? They won a big award recently. Black Veil Brides.
That's not black metal.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is metal in general is getting that way to where it's like safe now, right?
See, once again, the I mean, I'll freely admit, the mainstream metal can get as safe as it wants, but I'm gonna go under. I've gone under.
I have
gonna
a
go
vision,
under.
though. I have a vision of metal taking that mainstream notoriety that it has, using it to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, and winning the Super Bowl spot, and then doing something incredibly fucked up and just ruining everyone's party. Like,
I mean,
I would
yeah,
die
no.
to see that fucking happen. Like,
yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen though.
But-
I'm not trying to be.
no,
But-
I'm not saying it can. I'm just saying that's, to me,
That would be awesome.
where
Yes.
the only other place it could go. Like, there's no other.
See,
Where else could it go without just constantly quoting itself and constantly repeating the same shit over and over? Like,
you gotta go under.
yeah, but even there, where else can it go?
Someone's gonna figure out a different way. Maybe it's reached its logical conclusion. It'll never die.
Yeah, but
You
then
can
it's
never
just
kill metal.
then it's just repeating over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's a problem.
and also when I suggest that maybe a classically trained musician needs to take a look at this and figure out the next logical progression, but then I get shit on because we don't need no fucking composition and shit. Fuck
Well,
music theory.
Here's the thing: you already have classical musicians. It's called progressive metal. It's not my thing.
Yeah, but then you have a
What would
problem.
you mean?
Metal's gonna die eventually. Like it's just
No,
gonna.
it won't. It will never. It will never die.
You can't just
See-
keep repeating the same
See,
shit over and
you're
over.
too mainstream. You're too mainstream.
Why do you
You
want to
need-
sit there and listen to the same fucking thing over and 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 over?
See, that's
and
your
over?
thing, though. That's
Why?
your thing, though. Did you need it? Do you need it? Someone's going to figure out a way to ramp up the brutality somehow. I don't know how. Someone's going to come up with some way. And even if they don't, there are different ways to slam. There are different ways to do black metal. There are different ways to do death
Sounds
metal.
a little artsy, fartsy, faggoty to me.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because each band has its own different approach. Yeah, you try to own me, you can't. But see, what you need to do is you need to take a tip from Corey, from Jim, from me, and hold your breath. Hold your breath.
I am.
Bend down on your knees, and dive underground. And you'll understand that the metal scene isn't dead. It's actually stronger than ever. But I don't care if the mainstream dies.
Here's
the
my
main-
problem with that. It's the same fucking chord progressions, drum beats, and singing over and over and over and over again. It's the same goddamn shit repeating itself over and over again. It's just like pop music now.
There are
It's
about a
The
billion
same
genres.
shit.
There are about a billion subgenres of metal.
That all are separated by a blonde cunt hair of difference.
Really, slam death metal and black metal sound alike to you?
When you get into the little tiny subgenres that exist
No,
today,
I'm not talking about those. I'm just talking about there are different
I get the difference between death metal, thrash, black metal, new metal, whatever you want to fucking say about it. I get those differences. But when you get into the core stuff, I do not see much difference. Not
Well,
enough
metal-
for me to go, this is different than that. 'Cause it
metalcore,
sounds fucking
deathcore,
same.
metalcore, deathcore. No, but who cares about core? Hardcore punk, yes.
Well, that's where it
Right.
went. That's where metal has gone. And it's the same fucking shit.
Mainstream metal. You're not going underground.
Yeah, but
You're-
okay.
You're stuck in the
Give me
mainstream again.
five post 2010 underground metal bands that do not sound the same at all, and put them in on Facebook.
Well, I don't know any post 2000. I mean, do you mean formed after 2010? Or do you just mean bands?
Yes. Formed after 2010.
I don't fucking know bands that formed after 2010. There's so many of them. But see. Okay, here's the thing. Bands won't sound the same because there's wow, you could do something different, or you could arrange that blast beat differently. Oh, look, it sounds different.
But when you start arranging blast beats differently, it gets fucking lost in translation. Like, there's only so many ways you can do it.
See, thrash, yes, thrash has the problem. But death metal, there are so many ways. So you could do death metal. You could do brutal. You could do, there's so many different ways to fucking.
Or,
right,
or as I suggest also sometimes, and I get a lot of shit for it, is maybe add a little bit more focus on the bass guitar. Oh, no, that's too groovy.
yeah,
that's too gay. But is it? Or is it something new that's not really been
it's not.
explored?
Well, adding more focus on the bass guitar, would be like Death and Roll, which has happened before.
Then what's I don't get the problem with that. I don't understand what
It's not my well, okay, it's hit and miss. Some bands I really like, some bands I don't. No, there's no real problem with it. It's its own thing. But here's the thing. I came into metal for one reason. I didn't come into metal for musical appreciation. I came into metal for one reason. The one thing that captivated me about metal. What do you think it was?
horror.
No, the brutality of the music.
Horror.
That was not horror. It was.
So
Wow, that is incredible. Yes, I don't want to listen to 5 billion bands sound the same, but at the same time, if I write music, before I focus on anything else, I want it to be raw. I want it to be raw. I came into metal and punk first and foremost.
Okay. So raw, that feeling of raw, like
Yeah.
Okay, how many different ways can you express that? Like, really? I mean, honestly.
There are many ways, honestly.
Okay, but through the lens of metal, I'm sorry, but there's only so many different ways you can arrange chords. Only so many different ways you can arrange blast beats and drum beats. There's only so much. That's what music theory is about. That there is a brick fucking wall that you're going to run up against before it just
See,
starts
that's what
sounding
happened when you guys start paying attention to too much music theory. If you just write a song,
once you know it, you can't unhear it, though. It's like, okay, I get what these guys are doing. They're just throwing random shit together and calling it a song.
once you write a song, I know bands who write really good riffs, and I asked, do you read music? And they're like, no. And I said, okay, how do you know what a good riff is? And they said, okay,
it doesn't matter.
It sounds good.
If it doesn't matter if they know it. It's still music theory.
I can't read music, and I like to read riffs.
I can't read music. I can't. But I know that it still applies. Like, music is a strict set of rules that, whether you know what you're doing or not, you're adhering to them.
Okay.
Because instruments are built around that.
Why does every band have to be completely original and sound completely different than every other band?
I'm not saying that every band does. I'm just saying.
Why can't we have
what I'm saying is there needs to be enough to keep me interested.
If you look at the different subgenres of metal, you'll realize there is a lot. Maybe only listen to a couple of each genre. Maybe instead of diving headfirst into black metal and thinking, oh wow, everything sounds the same, get what in your opinion are the best black metal bands, get whatever you're the best black thrash bands, get whatever you're the best death metal bands, and have a diverse musical library like that, rather than...
That's faggy, though. That's
no, it isn't.
That's artsy fartsy stuff.
No, it isn't. Artsy fartsy would be claiming how you're above all musical rules, or you're above all musical genres because you're Maynard James Keenan or Michael Ackerfeld.
Yeah, they are, but they are both wankers.
I don't listen to just death metal. I listen to a lot of it. I listen to a lot of slam. I also have black metal.
Another thing that it keeps coming up in my mind that I think is maybe true is that somewhere around the mid-90s, a brick wall hit. And
I would
since
say
then,
late 90s, early 2000s.
Since then, it's been the same factor repeating.
There have been differences, like brutal death metal. It's gone through several waves of sometimes it was really technical, other times it was I guess you can call it caveman metal. Like slam. There's different way. 10 years ago,
this is going to be kind of faggy. But let's look at early hip hop. Okay? Early hip hop music evolved into fucking really hardcore gangster rap shit.
Yeah.
Okay? And since then,
it's kind of hit a brick wall.
It has. What I'm saying is maybe certain forms of music reach their end, but then what kicks in is nostalgia.
Unless you go to like nerdcore, which is like absurd. There's a hip hop genre called nerdcore or horrorcore. That's the thing. You got to go underground for all these things. 10 years ago, if I were to show you a brutal death metal band 10 years ago and a brutal death metal band now, you would say of that brutal death metal band 10 years ago, wow, this sounds dated. Because there are ebbs and flows, and there are different ways you could do. yeah, okay. There are only so many drum beats and only so many things, but the ways you can arrange them are infinite.
Yeah,
You
but
can arrange things.
yeah, but okay. Going da 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 da. Is it much different than da 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 da
Okay,
da
but
da?
okay, but why don't we go?
Okay, and then change it to, a half beat slower. Oh wow, fucking brilliant.
No,
I
because
mean,
you changed the for, or you wouldn't.
this is why I hate that Ackerfeld guy, because he said prog rock is so limitless. No, it's fucking not, you faggot. No, it's not. The reason it works is because you take several styles and you write very strict rules between each fucking progression of the song. They're very strict. You can't fucking. It's a different song if you change anything. You can't.
Number one for me is if I like a band, I'll listen to them regardless of if they sound like something I've heard before. I mean, if I like this.
Shouldn't the music count for something though? I mean,
if you like something, okay, you could say, well, I mean, I've posted bands where I said, yeah, I've heard this before, but bloody hell, I like what I hear. I mean, like all the bands,
that
like the
happens
bands
to me too. That happens to me too. But if we get really technical and talk about it, then I kind of start seeing through my own.
You
bullshit.
need to get out of this proggy fucking
Why?
attitude. Because what matters versus the music is if you like it. That's what matters first. Okay, but no, fuck. No, I'm not saying prog, but I'm saying the proggy attitude of everything's gonna be the. See, I like crust punk, and crust punk basically sounds like Discharge. But you know what? I mean, and I don't have a lot of crust punk on there because a lot of it sounds the same. But I'll even go, yeah, this sounds a lot like Extreme Noise Terror. But bloody hell, I love Extreme Noise Terror. So this is really good. Yeah, okay, the music's not that original, but you know what? It does good things to my head, and it makes me sane for another day. Isn't that all that matters?
Well, apparently not.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. If I listen to prog, I'm an artsy fartsy faggot.
Well, no, right? I mean, I think it's kind of maxed.
Which
I agree. Okay, I agree. It's kind of maxed.
Which I'm totally fine with metalheads thinking about me. The only thing is, without
I will listen to prog.
I love. You wouldn't have any of your fucking music.
I will listen to prog if it's good. If you show me some prog that can legitimately be a song.
Okay, so let's look at that. That Dream Theater song I showed you. It's 20 minutes long. What about it isn't a song? It's not a song.
It doesn't flow for me. It doesn't flow.
For you.
It's notes.
If it's on a piece of paper and it's written out and there's a pattern and someone can pick up an instrument and play it.
What I mean by a song, I mean, does it flow like a song for me? Are the transitions good? And I don't think Dream Theater has very good transitions, to tell you the truth. I like when people do some different songs. Like
there's no real difference between this transition and that transition. Like people have called Meshuggah a prog band, and no, they're not. Sorry, they're not, because the transitions are not in contrast to one another. They flow together.
Yeah,
that's
and
not
I like
prog.
I like flow.
That's not prog. So that's not what prog is. Prog is taking. You write a song, and then you maybe have another idea that you had, and you find a way to connect the two.
That never works because it doesn't flow.
It works.
If you can connect the two ideas so that they flow into each other, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. This is a really cool transition, and it flowed nicely, and it doesn't feel like it's a whole other fucking song.
That's should feel like a whole nother song.
Well, why am I listening to?
For a brief period of time, you should feel like You went into a different dimension for a minute.
It doesn't feel like I'm in a different dimension. It feels like I accidentally just pressed skip. Why am I listening to it?
Because you're not listening to it. You're not listening. If you don't hear the transition bleed into the next thing, then you're not really listening to it.
There is no transition.
There's no transition. What do you mean by that? Like there's
Listen to Control Denied when the link becomes missing. They go from a really fast part to a slow acoustic part to a fast shredding part to weird to a cappella vocals to a fast part with robot vocals. How does that fit? It doesn't fit. It's just it's like
that's
okay.
You're exposing your autism here, dude. It's not supposed to. It does fit.
It doesn't fit.
But it's not supposed to in the way that you're wanting it to. So
it's supposed to feel.
I'm supposed to be able to feel like I picked up an apple. Okay. Now I'm going to set this apple down. And the transition is me setting the apple down and picking up the orange and eating the orange for a second. And then I'm going to set that orange down and go back to the apple. But I want the banana.
See, I'd rather eat the apple than eat the orange than the banana.
Because you're autistic.
I don't know if I was autistic, I would be saying, yes, the mathematical equivalent of those transitions and autism is being able to understand shit like that. See, I like grind because it is flowing. It flows from slow to fast to slow to fast for me. I don't and the worst part is a lot of these, wow, I'm actually losing my voice. Fantastic.
Me too.
I like it. And the worst part is a lot of these ideas they have are really good ideas that I wouldn't mind. Wait, play that for a minute longer. I was really enjoying that. Now I'm in this part that it feels like I pressed skip, and I'll go back to that. I was enjoying it because you can call me straightforward if you want, but I like to hear bands play something good.
I enjoy both. I enjoy sitting down for 20 minutes and going on a journey. And I also like sitting down for 3 or 4 minutes and feeling like I'm going to murder somebody in the next 2 seconds.
See, you need to listen to that Funeral Doom thing I had. That's what I call a journey because there are transitions, but they're very slow, they're very flowing, and they fit together so well in that song. By the end of 20 minutes, you're like, wow, I've just experienced something beautiful. It wasn't like another dimension. It was like I've experienced something beautiful that I can't even describe. And that song is so depressing. It's a nonsensical concept. It's about someone being, the lyrics are about.
Do you listen to any classical music at all?
I listen to some ambient shit.
Okay.
Well, but not really.
Mind. Because classical music, if you go to a concert, there will be like an opening medley of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and that will keep appearing throughout the entire program.
Yeah.
That's what fucking Dream Theater does.
Yeah, I know.
So that's not fucking music.
Did you listen? No, I didn't say it wasn't. I didn't say it wasn't music. I just said it wasn't really what I. Did you listen to that Control Denied song I sent you? Consume. No. Oh my god.
Hey, tell you what. Send me some music on Facebook. I want to get off of here. It's getting late.
Yeah, I'm actually my voice is. Listen, I sound much deeper.
We need to continue this conversation though, because this is something that bugs me about metal. It does. It really does bug me, and it's not because. It's not because I completely disagree. It's because I'm new and I don't understand. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
I do respect what you say, and I understand what you say. I'm just trying to make you understand a different mindset because, like I said, I got into it for the brutality. But the thing I will say about Dream Theater and Control Denied and Death, they have some really good ideas for songs. That's what pisses me off. But I will send you some lyrics. Fuck, I'm stupid.
Oh, you're fine, dude. We'll talk on Facebook. Thanks, everybody. Bye. We're done.
Bye.
Killing people now.
My voice is. Listen to my voice. Did a whole fucking radio show.
Yeah. All right, later, dude. We'll talk in a minute.